expected late tomorrow.
Following that change, some much milder conditions for a number of days. We'll see temperatures just in the mid-20s for that period, Saturday through to Wednesday next week. So people looking for some relief from the heat, it is on the way, but we've got a couple of days to get through first.
The state and federal governments are working together to fast-track more beds at Flinders Medical Centre. It's part of a $400 million upgrade to the state's second biggest hospital, which is due to be completed by 2028. Premier Peter Malinowski says the first of the new beds will open in the coming weeks.
There are going to be an additional 26 acute patient care beds here at FMC coming online. And as soon as next year, we will start to see the rollout of the additional 136 beds that our $400 million investment will deliver.
The Prime Minister is accusing the Coalition of having nothing to offer to the debate about superannuation. Labor is considering rolling back some tax concessions to fund other programs in the federal budget. The opposition insists any change would amount to a broken election promise, but Anthony Albanese says they should engage constructively in the debate.
They say no to everything. They don't have anything to offer. They never put forward any amendments. The last changes to superannuation that were made when Scott Morrison was the Treasurer.
Another teenager is in strife over the shooting threats made against Playford International College. A 14-year-old boy has been charged for creating a false belief after posting a photo of a firearm and ammunition and threatening to shoot kids at the school. Police believe the image was a copy of an original social media post. Patrols also searched the home the boy lives at and located two unrelated gel blasters. A 46-year-old woman has been reported. The pair will both face court at a later date. A return to profit won't mean Qantas customers will see airfares drop in the months ahead. The airline has recorded a $1.4 billion profit for the first half of the financial year. CEO Alan Joyce says the airline's rebound was mostly due to travel demand and cost cutting.
Our customers would agree that investment has been well worth it. Our reliability has improved right across the group. Qantas has now been the most on time of the major domestic airlines for 5 months in a row.
Now turning to FIVEAA Sport, and Glenn Maxwell has been included in Australia's 16-man squad for next month's one-day series against India. The all-rounder says he hasn't fully recovered from a broken leg suffered in October.
No, there's still a little bit to go. It's all heading in the right direction, and I always said I was probably building towards that one-day series. That was in the back of my mind, so now that I'm sort of closer to that, I suppose, workload that I need to be at, I suppose it's about sort of just trying to maintain that, get the pace back up, and then hopefully in a couple of weeks' time I'll be 100%.
Mitchell Marsh also returns to the national ODI squad after a long-term ankle injury. The Fremantle Dockers have unveiled Alex Pearce as the club's 10th captain. Nat Fyfe stepped down as skipper a few weeks ago, and Crows and Port Adelaide are on their way to Perth this afternoon as they prepare for their practice matches tomorrow night against Fremantle and West Coast respectively. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
At St Agnes, got a crash Sandalwood Drive near Smart Road. Heavy delays inbound at the moment. Findon, Burst Watermain, Crittenden Road near Grange Road. She's down to 40 k's with the lane closed outbound. Salisbury, a tree down, blocking the intersection of Salisbury Highway at Gawler Streets. And we're busy right now, South Road at Karata Park. With a camera, Black Road at O'Halloran Hill. Looking for a business loan? NAB lends more than money for your business. Search NAB Business Lending to find out more today. T's and C's and lending criteria apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Sunny this afternoon, 41. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 41. Saturday, partly cloudy and 25. And Sunday, cloudy and 25. Right now, it's 39 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
SA's new urgent fire warnings, a dangerous day ahead. Loyalty doesn't pay. See how much you could save on your mortgage, phone and energy bills if you switched to the competition. Why dementia is now a bigger problem than heart disease for older Aussies. And the top paying side hustles revealed. Hey, you could be earning thousands. I'm Brenton Braglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Yes, hello and welcome to Thursday afternoon, the Rowey and Timmy G Sports Show. Of course, brought to you each and every weekday at 4 p.m. Foodland live stream. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Get interactive on 8223 0000 or get us on the 588 text line 0448 08 1395 as I welcome the co-host. He's got his name on the door. Rowey, g'day, mate.
Oh, Timmy G, currently 39, going to be 41 tomorrow. Are Zupa Dupas fattening?
No.
Well, I've had 15 of them. I've got brain freeze, so I reckon I might not be worth the burnt village pie. But to all the people that work outdoors, I know my son's a carpenter. He's out on a slab putting up.
And do they stick it out? Because I thought there was like a heat policy.
Oh, look, I think you're meant to, but, the workers say, let's work. I mean, it is Australia. It does get hot. Yeah. It's probably the first little bit of a heat wave we've had for the entire summer.
For long.
I know there's a lot of sample clubs having internal trials tonight.
Really?
There's a lot of netball clubs that are trialling.
Wow.
So, to everyone, stay cool. All you need to do is drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
It's Australia, for crying out loud.
Make sure. Yeah, and if
Bring it on!
If you've got elderly parents, look after them. Make sure you check on them and all that sort of thing. Because sometimes they don't turn the aircon on because they want to save $1 or two.
Well, I work, as you know, at Complete on Prospect
Yes,
Road. We
you
just
do.
moved into Prospect, and my middle daughter Tori, said, can you go and see whether, because James bought a dog, of course he did, a Labradoodle.
Just what he needed.
That's like a bear. How hot will that be with all its, is it fur?
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
fur.
like wool.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
And I had to put ice cubes in his water bowl, and I wasn't allowed to wet him, so I had to go home twice, at 10 o'clock and at 12 o'clock, and wet his paws.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
No.
Apparently you only wet their paws.
Really?
Oh, gee, Tori, I'm a busy man.
Yeah,
I did it.
You did it, didn't you?
So if James is in the car listening, probably on his way to football training, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
It's your dog, mate.
What's he done for you? I'll tell you. Anyway.
He's done plenty.
We had a huge night last night, Stephen.
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
Well done.
It was the Port Adelaide season launch.
Was their night.
Hall of Fame. And I reckon what they've done in recent times is they put together the inductees with the season launch, because sometimes the season launch on its own, it's like nothing's happening. You introduce the new players.
It's a great initiative.
That was about it. But I think the combination of it is great because you get new with old, and they mix the players up and sat them on various tables and the like. So we sat next to Bryn Teakle and Travis Boak and had a good yarn, and they enjoyed the night. And there were some inductees, and gee whiz, we're going to talk to one of them after 5. Chad Corns, who was fantastic and spoke really well. But they inducted a couple of my mates, Rowan Smith and Roger Delaney, and
thoroughly deserved.
And Andy Obst collected his father's. Peter Obst was entered, so all of them 6-time premiership players with the Maggies, and terrific careers. But the one that they always put like a team one in. What they did this year was induct the board that saw us through to the second AFL, or the second AFL licence in SA.
Wow.
So the whole board actually...
Have you got their names there?
Oh, no, I don't have them on me, but I could name a heap of them. I wouldn't want to miss out on them. But, Robert Hoey, your North Point Toyotas, Robert was part of that board at the time, and, of course, led by Greg Bolton and Brian Cunningham, the CEO. So, they got them all up there.
What a great initiative.
It was a really good night and well spoken by all of the...
And what I love about it is
inductees.
the current players can aspire to look at what it means to players that are in their mid to late 50s or even older that get inducted. I mean, I know at Norwood, if you've played 200 games, won a flag, maybe a B and F and played a bit of state footy, you get in. Port Adelaide, you've got to have a minimum of at least 6.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not
300
easy.
games, no flags, you're out.
Yeah. Boom. See you later. But it was good. I know John Casey, who I worked with at Channel 7 on the Sample Footy. He was out there last night and he caught a lot of the people coming in. So he did grab Ken Hinkley, and Ken said he can't wait for the season.
The reality is we've done a lot of hard work. We're ready to go. Can't wait to get into this week, to be honest, and finally start to play against some opposition.
And there's always been speculation over the last couple of years about Ken's future, but the question was asked of David Koch, what about your future, Koshy?
I love this club. We've got a massive agenda, not only on the footy field, but off the footy field with the redevelopment of Alberton, our spiritual home. We will never leave there. There's exciting times ahead for the club, and I hope to be part of it.
So he wants to stick around.
And why not?
Fair enough,
He's
too.
been terrific for you.
Better see it through. That's what I think he wants to do.
I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with him because he's such a Port man, which is easy to do.
Absolutely.
But, boy, he's been just a stalwart of the club sitting on that board, chairing it and steering that club in a direction. Now, a lot of say, oh, he got us out to China, he went to Shanghai and that ended up a fail and you should have gotten the AFLW earlier. And I led the charge with that. But what he does is he has a crack. And you can't knock anybody that's having a crack. And he has a crack.
Well, today both teams flew out, Crows and Port.
Yeah, they did.
And I heard a rumour they're actually on the same flight. I know they were at the airport at the same time.
But they did a lot of that through COVID.
And I think you had
share
to,
the
didn't
costs.
you? And exactly, you share the costs.
So who would be from the wing forward and who would be from the wing back?
Yeah, it could be a fight.
Where you finish on the ladder?
Maybe where you finish on the ladder, I don't mind that.
Or do they put all the forwards forward and all the backs back?
That's not a bad idea.
If you were on that flight, 82230000, if you happen to be little city citizen sitting there and the Crows and Port are there, did they mingle? Did they talk?
Correct. I'll tell you what, we'll find out. Hey, Tasmania, we spoke a fair bit about it yesterday. It took another little step today.
Did it?
Well, it was almost like, and Gil McLaughlin's gone into Tasmania today, but he was actually talking about the possibility of potential $360 million funding across 10 years. And where that would go would be into game development and community football at the grassroots level in Tasmania, and also $30 million into actually developing young male and female talent. So
that's a big commitment.
It is a big commitment, and I think if what he's saying is, all right, well, I'm dangling a carrot now. I'm saying, here's my carrot. Now, what does that do for you as far as state and federal money goes?
Because he has said to them, you've got to build the stadium and I'll do the rest. They're only putting in 15 mil for it. So it looks like it's going to cost about 750 million. They got 375 million from the state government. They want 240 million plus from the federal government and around 100, if you like, from the private sector. That's his out. They ain't going to get that.
Well,
do you reckon Albanese's going to put his hands in his deep pockets?
Let's have a listen to Albo.
I'm working closely with Jeremy Rockcliffe and his government on these issues. There's a submission being made. We're giving consideration to it as part of our budget process, but also working on ways in which we can ensure that whatever happens at Macquarie Point produces maximum benefit for the people of Tasmania.
Yeah, I think
fair enough.
He wants to squeeze more out of it. He doesn't want to be, an 11-game home stadium. That's it. And there's
no, they've got to get concerts and all sorts there.
I'm just interested.
Cricket.
There was one theorist that said, look, no, just do up Launceston and Hobart and then share the home games. But I think from the AFL's point of view, they've said
no, they want a boutique stadium.
It's a boutique stadium or nothing.
Yeah, that's right. So and I see that. Just going back, the AFL potentially going to spend 360 million, across 10 years. That's 36 million a year.
Yep.
So this is year 2026 if they get the stadium.
Yep.
So I just did some rough math. 36 million on Tassie. They're giving GWS 25 mil this year and Gold Coast 25 mil this year for the next 3 years. So do your math. Lions, St Kilda North get $18 million each. And without going through them all, let's average it out at $11 million for the next 13 clubs. I hope Gil's got a very good CFO.
Yeah, well,
can we afford it?
They're making a lot of money. They're okay. They just made record profits.
Okay.
They've just got a new
but
broadcast deal.
Yeah, well, okay.
I think they'll be all right.
You don't want to waste it.
No, I wouldn't say that's wasting it.
Or
putting it into
throw
the
good money after bad, which they've done at GWS and Gold Coast.
Yeah, we heard Rodney Eade when we interviewed him during the week, and he said you've got to get the levels of football underneath it right.
Correct.
And he said that's where you guys have got it right, because you've got a very strong sample competition and players feed into that and then into the AFL system. He said it's got to be the same in Tassie.
Yeah.
He fears for it at the moment that it's not strong enough. So
well, the problem is North Launceston and Launceston people don't like Hobart people and vice versa. But put the bloody oval in the middle. What's that town called? Dunedin.
Yeah, well,
whack it right in the guts.
Maybe the 36 million will change their minds. Might help.
Justin, our producer's just nodded his head. That's in New Zealand, Rowey. Okay, we'll put it in New Zealand.
Oh, that's really put the cat amongst the pigeons.
What's the middle town called? Someone ring me.
Yeah, I can't remember. Hey, the Matildas,
maybe Devonport,
had a great win. Defeated Jamaica 3-0. So we won the Cup of Nations, which was like a bit of a round robin friendly. But Adelaide girl Alex Chidiac hit the back of the net.
This is nicely done. Here's Chidiac, who turns one way, then the other, and Chidiac scores. Well, she loves getting in those central positions. It's been a long time between drinks for Alex Chidiac.
How good's that?
Oh, we're building.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about the World Cup, and I'm excited about our
Czechs,
chances.
Jamaica, but Spain.
Spain was, they're number 7 in the world.
When we play England in April, that's the big test. World Cup this year.
And then
Could we win that? Imagine if we won it. Hey, how's Sam Kerr going, the interview?
Yeah,
you keep bragging, you know his dad, you play with his dad.
It's not Dad. Don't worry about Dad.
Oh, it's Mum.
Mum will get me the interview. Don't worry about that.
Well,
you just got to tell me when you want it. Do you want it before the tournament?
No,
do you want
don't
it in
go
the tournament?
giving me
you want
that.
It after we've won it.
I want her to preview the tournament and then when she wins it. Twice.
You want 2?
Oh, well, come on.
All right.
Get to it, buddy.
Hell of a challenge, but I'll go for it. Hey, talking about challenge, we touched on it late last night where we spoke about if you needed a goal kick for your life.
Or a kick inside 50.
And it had to be a ruckman.
Okay.
Who would you give it to?
Ooh.
Because they're not renowned for their foot skills, a lot of them. But
well, in our day, they were told to handball.
They were absolutely told to handball.
You had to clap and get the old 1-2.
Get the handball or whatever.
The old Captain Freddie.
But some had good kicks. But I mentioned last night that I thought if I was going to have somebody kick a goal for my life as a ruckman, I'd probably go Paddy Ryder or maybe Brendan Lade.
Yes.
Another very good kick.
Yes.
So those two, very good ruckmen as well.
It's funny you say that. So back in my day, it was Stephen Michaels hands down. You know how much I love him.
What a player.
As good a player as I've ever seen. Modern footy, so that's the footy between my footy and now the current footy.
Yep.
I had Dean Cox.
Yeah.
And I had Lady.
There you go.
Yeah. And then today's footy, I don't think you could go past a Brody Grundy.
Yeah.
Maybe Max Gawn's lifted his kicking.
Definitely lifted his game, but early on he used to spray a few.
There's young Jackson coming through. But the Crows have got one.
They do. Ruckman.
His name's Ronnie Thilthorpe.
Yes. Yes, good call. There you go. So, you're putting it in his hands?
Well, okay. Yeah, no, I am. I'm not putting it in Riley O'Brien's hands, no disrespect. But I will put it in Thilthorpe's hands.
All right, well, give us a call, 8223 0000. We might give away a $50 Powers voucher. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it is. And a big show too. We've got Spencer Johnson coming up.
Yes.
He got a 6 for Emma Dawes. Now, don't miss that. She's part of the 5031 Action Group. It's starting to head even further south, this Debbie development.
Okay.
And it's starting to get me up. And if you want to see me get angry,
dear.
Tune in at 4:45. No, I won't get angry.
No, you'll debate it.
We might get even. And Chad Corns after 5, taking your calls, 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
The next evolution in Samsung Galaxy smartphones has finally landed, introducing the Samsung Galaxy S23. We're seeing greater advancements in smartphone cameras. Who doesn't want professional-looking shots? And the S23 is stunning. 50 megapixel brings attention-grabbing epic shots, and nightography lets you capture an epic shot even at night. The Samsung Galaxy S23 screen is dynamic too. An epic bright and adaptive display, even outdoors, so you can enjoy it all no matter how bright it gets. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 128GB 5G for $0 upfront when you connect to a new Optus $69 a month SIM-only plan for 24 months. Ends March the 6th. Minimum cost $1,656, not available with other offers. In-store only. Cancellation fees. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
We love our vast, rugged country, but out here is no place to break down. For 50 years, the team at Terrain Tamer have been engineering, testing and manufacturing off-road four-wheel drive parts. Over this time, we've learnt what is reliable and how we can strengthen a vehicle to ensure a safe journey. With Australia's largest range of four-wheel drive parts, we're the four-wheel drive specialists. So you can be sure no matter where you are in Australia, the Terrain Tamer team will be there to help you get home. With Terrain Tamer, you're in safe hands.
Get your home lottery tickets by midnight tomorrow, and you could be adding $100,000 to your bank balance. 10 lucky winners will be getting the ultimate $100K payday just for getting their tickets early. Over 50% of tickets have already been sold. So get your tickets by midnight tomorrow for your chance to win big. To see full lottery details and get your tickets, visit homelottery.com.au. Licence M14311.
When shopping around for hearing aids, the main sound you'll hear is... But not at Specsavers, where you don't have to pay top dollar for top-of-the-range hearing aids. Just book a free 15-minute hearing check at specsavers.com.au/hearing. Then maybe you could use those savings to hear something more pleasant like... Should have gone to Specsavers. Conditions apply.
Kia EV6 GT. A sleek, pure electric supercar. Enjoy your flight. The Kia EV6 GT.
Kia, movement that inspires.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Yes, we're here all the way through till 7. I'll tell you what, we'll get to your calls in a moment on ruckman you'd like to kick for your life. But before that, we'll check your traffic.
At Wingfield, got a crash Cormac Road near Hanson Road North. St Agnes, another collision there. Sandalwood Road near Smart Road with a few delays. And Findon, look out for a burst water main. Crittenden Road near Grange Road, speeds down to 40 k's. Got works at the moment at Kensington Park, Glenburn Road near the Parade, with cameras Elizabeth Road, Morford Vale, and Happy Valley Drive at Happy Valley. Experience your next home before it's built with Rivergum Homes. Visit their brand new displays in Aston Hills, Mount Barker, or visit rivergumhomes.com.au for more display home locations. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Love your calls. We're talking about a ruckman you want to kick for your life. Let's go to Oakton. Hello, Dirk.
Yeah, g'day, Rowey. How are you, mate?
Great.
Look, mate, I just thought I'd make this to you, considering, of course, we've spoken about the mighty Bulldogs, mate, before.
Yeah.
South Fremantle, I saw them on YouTube just a couple of weeks ago. They played Swan Districts in 1980.
Okay.
And Stephen Michael, mate, fair dinkum, what a gun. And you could chuck in Benny Vagona, Brad Hardy, and Paul Fasoli, mate, absolute stars of the game.
Great
and
names.
That game, Swan Districts and South, 11 of them went on to play AFL, VFL, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely magnificent.
Wow.
YouTube is fantastic for games like that.
It is. Thank you, Dirt. Noel Carter would have been in that. Just on Stephen Michael, Sandover medal in 1980 and 81, 5-time best and fairest for South Fremantle. Wow. He won the premiership in 1980, but in 83 was probably his best year because he won the Simpson medal and the Tassie medal. Now, that's the state carnival.
State carnival.
He was the state captain, and then he became the All-Australian captain.
Wow.
That very next year, Geelong wanted him, right or wrong, and they brought out these black shirts, The Messiah is Coming.
Right.
He landed in a helicopter. I've told this story 100 times. It was too cold. They flew him there in the middle of winter.
Oh, no.
Jumped on the chopper and came back and never stepped foot in Victoria again.
Smart man.
He said it was too cold. Hello, Andrew.
G'day, guys. It's a culture vulture from Craigmore here.
Yeah, g'day, buddy.
How are you, mate? I
Good.
reckon you can't go past Shawnee Wren, can you?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Sean Wren was a great player. I just
He
can't
was a
remember him
good
in
kid.
front of goal. Was he all right?
Oh, yeah, no, he didn't miss many.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There you go. Well, there you go. I'll put that nomination in for you, Andrew.
Thanks, Andrew.
Got a couple of good Foodland texts too.
Yeah. Lady was probably a better kick, and his
Oh.
tap skills were exquisite, smart.
Amazing.
But Rennie was up there.
Rennie had a heart big as a lion. So, I do like this one, Clive in the Hunter Valley. If I need a ruckman to kick for my life, well, it's an easy answer. Rick Davies.
Oh, how did we forget
That's
the
a great
jumbo?
call because you sort of
How
separate
did we
his
forget
ruck
that?
career and his full
Yeah.
forward career, don't you? So, but it's the same guy.
Can I revisit and just go Rick Davies one?
Yeah.
I can
Absolutely,
do that.
you can do that.
I can backflip.
Yeah.
Put that truck in reverse.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've already died, but that's not the point.
Hey, the Aussie One Day squad's just landed, and probably no surprise. Maxwell's back from injury. Mitch Marsh. This is for the World Cup, which is, I think, in about 7 months' time. So they're
October,
back
I
in.
reckon.
Jai Richardson's back in. I get that. We know Aaron Finch is retired. Paddy Cummins, who's over there for the test, he's our skipper. He's had to fly home. We hope everything's okay. Paddy, he'll come back. Ashton Agar's in this one-day squad. He's just flown home because he didn't get a look in the test
correct.
squad, but he's going to have to fly back. at the end of the month to play in a one-day, which is weird. Mitch Stark's been injured, but he's been named in this one-day squad. David Warner, well, he's done his sightseeing. He's now home, but he's going to have to get back on a plane, and they don't fly cattle class, mate.
No, they're up the
they're up
bit
the
where you can lie down.
Then he's got to fly back for the one-dayers. And here's the thing that I want to mention. There's a bloke by the name of Matt Short.
Yeah.
The best white ball cricketer in the land for this summer.
Currently in form.
Why in God's name is he not in it? And the other one that is in it is Josh Inglis. He just scored his 4th Shield ton, and he'd be the form player of this year in the Shield season. Guess what he also does?
Keeps.
Yeah. So our man Alex needs a really good third test.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you on Matt Short. I can't believe he's not in that squad.
This bloke is sniffing like a hound dog. So they got that, and then the Ashes, I think the first test in Edgbaston is the 16th of June. Bloody lot of cricket.
It is, isn't it? But
and a lot of sightseeing for David Warner to do. No, there is. I wonder if he can fit all the sightseeing in, Timmy.
I think you've been a little bit cheeky there, but...
Yeah. Well, I feel for him and his family.
Before we do go to the break...
They've got a squeezy schedule, mate. and I think his wife's brought out a book.
Oh, really?
Just saying.
Oh, good.
It's in all good bookstores now.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Paul Salmon, there's a name.
There's a name.
A ruckman kicking for your life. I like that one.
I reckon he kicked 100 goals in a year.
I think he might have too. For
what was Super Kerry like?
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
I don't think
he start forward.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I reckon he kicked 6 in the 73.
There you go. That's not bad.
Premiership, so not bad from
he
centre-half
says
forward.
Hello.
So
he says hello.
Not too bad. And here's a little blast from the past. Do you remember Chris Lindsay from West Torrens, big fella?
Yeah. Do you know what his nickname was?
No.
Pencil.
Oh, there you go.
HB Pencil. Oh, good work. Hey, we're going to go to the FIVEAA news. When we come back, stay with us because Spencer Johnson's going to join us. And as I said, the 5031 Action Group on the Crows Thebby site. We're going to speak to, well, I think their representative, Emma Dawes. So don't miss that. And after the break, we'll come back with all your calls. 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. Another teenager is in strife over the shooting threats made against Playford International College. Qantas says the airline's strong demand has helped to post a record pre-tax profit of $1.4 billion. More than 50 people are missing after a coal mine collapsed in China, and the Fremantle Dockers have unveiled Alex Pearce as the club's 10th captain. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Wingfield, look out for a crash, Cormac Road near Hanson Road North. St Agnes, another collision there, Sandal Road near Smart Road, and Salisbury got a tree down blocking the intersection of Salisbury Highway at Gawler Street. Getting busy, South Road at Karata Park with a camera, Black Road at O'Halloran Hill. Need some extra cash? Now, at Cash Converters, you can get cash on the spot in as little as 10 minutes. Head into your local Cash Converter store to find out more. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 28, partly cloudy tomorrow 40. Currently it's 39 degrees. More news at 5 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
Jim Chalmers, who seems to have assumed on the basis of having done nothing yet as Treasurer, that he's the smartest guy in the room and he's going to reinvent capitalism and the superannuation system.
Informing Adelaide.
This is pushing federal politics back onto the preferred turf of the Liberals, i.e. the economy and tax. This is your money. Tell these people to get stuffed. If you want to alienate people, try to take their money off them.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Tackling cancer takes all of us. We're here for all Australians affected by cancer. Call 13 11 20 for cancer information and support. Cancer Council. All of us against cancer.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
Shark.
Barnacle Bill's, serving South Australia with quality cooked seafood for over 50 years. Each order is freshly prepared using the finest quality seafood. Sumptuous prawns, calamari, mouth-watering butterfish and chips with Barnacle Bill's own tartare sauce. From a snack pack for one, crew pack for four, or for the whole family. Come in and see why Barnacle Bill has been serving South Australia quality seafood for over 50 years.
Fresh from the sea, he's gotta be Barnacle Bill.
For over 38 years, Steinborner has been well worth the trip. With over 400 used cars to choose from, you're sure to find the car you're looking for. You won't find a better range of cars covering the entire region from Gawler to the Barossa Valley and Clare. And don't forget, you can always click through the collection of vehicles online at steinborner.com.au. Great local deals on great local cars from your locals. Steinborner Automotive. Still well worth the trip or well worth the click.
Speak with One Solution and they'll tell you cybercrime is not a big business problem, a government problem or a small enterprise problem. It's everyone's problem. Ransomware, malware and adware remain the #1 threat. One call to One Solution will put your business in a safe place. It's the smartest, most cost-effective business decision you'll ever make. Get in touch with One Solution, winner of the National Telstra Customer Experience Award. onesolution.net.au.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, you can watch us on the Foodland live stream. Don't worry about that, on Facebook and YouTube. Well, Rowey, what are you watching there?
Well, it's Cardinia Park. It's the Cats 11-6-72 to the Hawks 3-4-22.
Oh.
That margin's 50 points. They're 24 minutes into the second quarter. And it looks like both teams, resting a few.
Yeah.
It shows the depth. I think they'll play 6-6s, like the Crows will be tomorrow in Port Adelaide, which we'll be able to cover live and local here on AA. But looks like Geelong aren't going anywhere, and also looks like Hawks the other way aren't going anywhere.
Well, I'll tell you somebody that is going somewhere. Absolutely flying. On debut for the SA Redbacks, he took 6 wickets, and this was one of them.
Oh, now there's a man out there. The catch is taken, kept in, thrown up in the air. The Palace. Buckingham.
Very, very well played. We welcome Spencer Johnson to the show. G'day, Spencer.
G'day, boys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no worries. Well, how did it feel, mate? Firstly, to be, debuting and then to take 6?
Obviously a pretty special moment to debut for South Australia, get my cap from West Torrens teammate, Daniel Drew. That was a pretty special moment. And then to get a performance, personal performance was pretty cool as well.
You just mentioned West Torrens. That was your junior club. Get good coaching through there?
Yeah, Mark Harrity, he's been there for the last probably 6 or 7 years for a lot of my senior career, and he's been awesome for me.
Spencer, congratulations, mate, because you've had to persist, you've had to be very patient. I know you're a determined young lad, but it's finally paid off. It's been a long time coming. Do you reflect and think, God, it is too long, or this is part of the development?
Yeah, thanks, Rowey. No, I guess looking back now, and it's probably all the ups and downs has probably got me ready for how I'm playing now and what I'm doing now. So you can't really look at it that way. I'm just happy to be out there now at the minute.
Fast bowlers don't peak until they're 30. You probably know that. You're only 27, and let's face it, your direct replacement may very well be for Mitch Stark, and he's 33. So onwards and upwards, young Spencer Johnson. Hey, 0 wickets in the first dig, 6-4 in the second. What were your learnings from the 2 innings?
To be honest, I when we reflected back after the game, with the bowling coach Luke Butterworth, I feel like I probably bowled better in the first innings. We as a whole, we bowled them out for 169. So we were right on top there on day one. Unfortunately, we didn't quite make as many as we would like with the stick. And then second innings, it was always going to be tougher with the wicket flattening out. And I thought we still bowled quite well. We created lots of chances. Not all of them got taken, but that's cricket.
Hey Spencer, in the BBL, you went to the Heat. How did you enjoy your time there?
Yeah, loved it up there. Very grateful for the opportunity that the Heat gave me. A bit of fresh eyes on me, I guess. And yeah, there's a good group of boys.
Who did you work with there as far as a bowling coach goes?
Andy Bick was the bowling coach there.
Great.
And yeah, that was pretty cool. You sort of grow up idolising these guys, and all of a sudden you're having a beer with him after the game and thinking, Jesus, this is pretty cool.
Hey, yeah, when you were young, you probably played multiple sports like a lot of young men do. When did you think, well, I reckon cricket's my path?
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of brothers that play footy as well, and you sort of, in the winter you play footy, and then summer was always cricket. And I think my brothers chose footy, and I think cricket more really chose me, to be honest. Like, wasn't really in any state squads playing footy, and then I managed to get into a couple of state squads playing cricket. So I loved playing both as a kid, and then I guess cricket chose me.
Left arm quicks are diamonds, you know that. Do they want you to be a fast tearaway, or do they want you to be able to reverse it? What are your strengths, and what's the fastest cherry you've sent down?
Well, yeah, the fastest cherry was, I don't know how accurate it was, but that was my second BBL game at the Adelaide Oval against the Strikers. I think it was 150.1 or 2. I think there's a bit of tax on that, but I'm definitely running with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always going to be my role, to run in and bowl fast. And I had a couple of short pitch spells yesterday or the day before at Shorty, because he's in some fine form at the minute, Matt Short.
Oh, God, he took it away from us, didn't he? Like, they've just announced the Australian one-day squad, and he wasn't even in it. He's the form batsman of the comp.
Well, while he was out there, I said, surely you're going to India, and he said, no, I haven't got a phone call yet, so hopefully for his case, he's not too far away.
Yeah. Our first dig total of 114, you said you didn't get enough with the stick. You're right. I sometimes feel if we don't get away with a good innings in the first dig, it sort of looks like it deflates the group. Would that be a fair comment?
Yeah, it's obviously flattening when we thought we were in a really good position with the ball, walking off on day one at just before tea or just after tea, and we thought we could have really taken the game away from them with a good first innings lead. It wasn't to be, and then unfortunately, similar thing in the second innings.
Spencer, you mentioned your brothers. So is it Isaac still at Westies?
Yeah, Isaac's still there. He's still there.
Beautiful. Having a kick. That's good. And
yep.
Do you ever go out, during the winter and have a kick with him just to warm him up, or?
No, I don't have a kick, but I'll definitely watch down at Richmond Oval. I think he's in the leadership group this year, so hopefully they go better than they have in the last couple of years.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, got the new coach on board too. We spoke to Mr. Hartlett. Yeah, and he's pretty keen for a good year, so hopefully they do get up there. But also we hope that the Redbacks get another win very soon, and you get another sixfer. That'd be awesome, mate.
Thank you.
Good work. Spencer Johnson. He's a talent.
Absolutely fantastic.
And you know what? It is.
You're
great
right. They're very rare.
27 he is. He's had to wait all that time in the wings for his opportunity.
Just keep persisting.
And talk about take it. Who was the dude we spoke to yesterday from Victoria? He was the former captain, former coach.
Yeah, that's right.
And he said he bowled exceptionally well without luck in the first innings.
Yeah. So basically, what Spencer said, he thought he bowled better on the first dig.
Which backs up what he's just said. He got a six for it. Sometimes the polls don't come.
Well, that's right. Yeah. That's right. We'll just let's just check your traffic.
At Pasadena, look out for a smash on Goodwood Road near Grandview Drive. As you're heading outbound, causing quite heavy delays at the moment. Wingfield got another crash. Cormac Road near Hanson Road South, and Salisbury got a tree down blocking the intersection of Salisbury Highway at Gawler Street. Busy right now, South Road at Karata Park with the camera Osmond Terrace at Norwood. Freedom's half-price second item event is now on. Buy any sofa, rug, wall art, mirror or furniture item and get your second item half price. Only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
Well, here it is. 1,550 thanks to the Barreau Hotel Group. You can win a $5,000 travel voucher and a schnitty if you have a beer and a schnitty.
Just by having a schnitty.
Mate. T&C supply. Clues are, Timmy G.
They are West 50 South Korea.
Okay, get to it. 82230055. Our mystery voice, Barreau Hotel Group. $1,550. We've got Emma Dawes after the break. Let's hear it again.
Yep. The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA's legend of the airwaves, Leon Biner, joins Matthew Pantelis Friday mornings. Leon shares his thoughts on what's going on in SA. Save $2,000 a year on your mortgage guaranteed, or they'll give you $500. Mortgage Saviour. Visit mortgagesaviour.com.au.
Get your home lottery tickets by midnight tomorrow, and you could be adding $100,000 to your bank balance. 10 lucky winners will be getting the ultimate 100k payday just for getting their tickets early. Over 50% of tickets have already been sold, so get your tickets by midnight tomorrow for your chance to win big. To see full lottery details and get your tickets, visit homelottery.com.au. Licence M14311.
Feeling the burn? Save cash with Cheapest Chips Hot Buys.
Cheapest Chips.
Stock up on Fun Makers assorted lolly bags, 3 for $5. Pick up 25-litre potting mix with Easy Wetter, 3 for $13. There's also Rexona deodorants, 2 for $7.50. And 2-litre True Blue assorted soft drinks, 3 for $5. Check out this week's catalogue for more hot buys in-store and online. Save cash and live cheaper with Cheapest Chips Hot Buys now.
Yeah, 4:45, still 39 degrees. Please stay cool. Hey, Foodland stores, they're local, independently owned supermarkets with over 90 stores across SA. They are indeed the mighty South Aussies. Now, they are passionate about providing great food all year and all year round with your favourite brands, along with some of the best supermarket experiences in the world. A lot of our supermarkets at Foodland go international and win awards.
Yep, correct, they do. And that's, I'll tell you why, because they're passion. They got lots of passion, and they are providing their customers with fresh, local produce and a full range of groceries with personalised service and competitive prices. Great value always lives at Foodland. So don't forget to check your letterbox every week for their catalogue. It's filled with hundreds of great specials, and you can even sign up online to receive it straight to your inbox.
There you go. When fresh really counts, and it does, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, it's Natasha from Fairview Green, and this month at Go Vita we have a great offer on Nutrivital Ubiquinol 60 capsules for energy and heart health. Buy 2 for the price of 1. Always read the label, follow directions for use.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
It pays to cruise with RAA Travel. Book your next ocean or river cruise by February 28 and you'll automatically go in the draw to win a $5,000 cruise holiday. There's never been a better time to sail away from your everyday. So visit your nearest RAA travel expert today so you can keep on moving on. To enter, book and pay a deposit on a new ocean or river cruise, excluding ferries and Murray River cruises with RAA Travel by 28th February 2023. For full T's and C's, see RAA Travel website.
From the team behind The Picture of Dorian Gray comes the thrilling production Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The must-see theatre experience only at the 2023 Adelaide Festival. Tickets on sale now at adelaidefestival.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
Oh, let's go!
$1,550 up for grabs. I tell you what, head to a Barrow hotel to get a schnitty, and then you can go into the draw for a $5,000 travel voucher.
Oh, nice.
We've got Darren on the line. G'day, Darren. Do you want those clues again, buddy?
Yeah, I've heard the first. Was there only two?
3 now. We got West.
Oh, I've only heard 2. Go on, give it again. Yeah.
We got West, 50, South Korea.
Oh. Well,
that's throwing you.
The last one doesn't help me. I heard the first 2.
Yeah.
Okay, shoot.
What do you got?
And I'm keeping it local. I reckon it's a bit of commentary from the 83 West Adelaide Premiership game. And the coach, Curley, was he turning 50 that year?
Ooh, I'd have to check that out. Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately,
dear.
it's incorrect. Bad luck, Darren. But I'll check
maybe
his
Curls
age.
went to South Korea.
Maybe he did. But we're never going to
Sorry,
know.
Darren.
But sorry, Darren, we'll give you a $50 voucher to the Pro Hotels.
Okay, the Crows Thevy redevelopment, well, it's stalling, if you like, again. The consultation process, I think it's flushing out more concerns. Joining us is Emma Dawes of 5031 Action Group. Emma, welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Tell us about 5031.
We are a community group. We've got around 400 members. We are primarily local residents who live locally to the redevelopment, with a few residents coming from broader areas of West Torrens. And we are essentially concerned with the loss of our community facilities and the maintenance of our trees.
Okay. What were the takeouts from the meeting that you're most concerned with?
Yeah, so the meeting last night, it was a community meeting. There were around 200 people there, lots of new faces, which was great. The takeaway is that the concerns shared by our group are shared by many in our community. Our real take-home message is that there is a win-win solution for the Crows and community in our neighbourhood. We welcome the Crows to Theberton Oval, but only if they share.
Okay. From where I sit, I think every opposition the Crows have faced, they've accommodated. Now, they not going to chop down all those trees. They're going to move the oval, if you like, the MCG one. Let's just call it that so everyone knows. On Kings Reserve, 30 metres this way. They're going to be off-street parking that they're going to allow on it. So what's beefing the 5031 Action Group the most? What is a non-negotiable for you guys?
The non-negotiable is the MCG-sized oval. It's not the presence of an oval, it's the fact that it's MCG-sized. You can report that they're saving most of the trees, but they're not. You can't fit an MCG-sized oval without significant loss of the tree canopy. It basically, of the 9-hectare site, it leaves less than 1 hectare for community, and that strip is 30 metres long against the fence line.
Okay.
There's not enough space to fit the things that we were promised in that space, and there is a solution where we could have the Crows there and have our space.
And what are the things you want on it? What swings and what do you want on it?
What we want is a community area where people can come together. So the plans that were put to us a few years ago, which work started on, which is why it's so hard to swallow that they're disappearing, they were a real multi-generational mixed-use space. They had playgrounds, yes, but they also had skate park, basketball courts, cricket nets. They had winding paths through them with picnic areas. They had places for older people in our community to come and sit and interact with families and watch kids play. They had recreational activities for teenagers. It was a site for community to come together. It was shaded. It was a nature spot. It would develop what we already have there, and it would be a destination for our community.
Okay.
It would link nicely with the brickworks, and it wouldn't stop local sport from taking place as it always had on the wide expanse of grass.
Okay.
The final thing we loved about that plan is the fences came down around Theberton Oval. We got access to a beautiful, highly manicured, first-class sporting facility ready to be upgraded and used. We had that already in that plan.
Okay. Well, you can you can still use this green space, I've been told. And the other thing, and you can call me a buffhead, and I want you to attack me, Emma. You have every right to. I've driven past Kings Reserve countless times. I have to drive past there every day. I think it's the most underutilised piece of green dirt in the whole of South Australia. I never see anyone on it, Emma. Honestly, I never see anybody on it.
Yeah, I think you probably drive through at different times of the day to when community use it, but I agree with you. It is terribly maintained, and we hold our council accountable for that. They knocked our playground down 5 years ago. They've left the rubble there. There are chunks of building material and bull ant nests where a playground used to stand. they have pulled the seats out of the rotunda. There's nothing there for people to use. The barbecue's not cleaned, and nothing has happened. What they promised for that area was really going to make it community-centric and beautiful. And I agree with you, it's underutilised, but it's not unused and it's not unloved. If you go out there in the mornings, you will find 200 people will be through there in the mornings, walking dogs, chatting, just involving themselves.
But you can still do that, Emma. You can still do it. They're spending $85 million, and that'll blow out. It's probably going to be 100,000. The state government will help. You're going to get a brand new, shiny, absolute new toy for all of you at 5031 Action Group to share.
Yeah, but I don't need that. I get that if they take the fences down at Surbiton Oval. I have an oval that I can use. I don't need two. I don't need two of the same thing. What I'd love is a really great oval that I can go down on the weekend and I can watch women's AFL and I can watch the Crows train and I can take my kid down and have a kick, and a playground that I can have a birthday party nearby, or that I can invite my grandparents from the eastern suburbs and be proud of where I live. I can have both of those if the Crows will compromise and ask for the same thing they asked for in North Adelaide, and the same thing they asked for in Brompton, and the same thing that Port Adelaide have accepted in Alberton, and the same thing that Fremantle have, and the same thing that Richmond have, right here in Surbiton.
Well,
if the Crows will compromise, we can have that. Yeah, but right now, the Crows haven't.
Emma, one of the reasons they went to Thebby is because Brompton couldn't accommodate that, and they put Theberton above it because they could get an MCG size oval. And I can tell you, the North Adelaide one, they wanted two ovals, and they would have got two ovals.
A significant reason they moved from the Brompton site. They couldn't manage the contamination. It was a huge investment. The state government has done a report into why the Brompton site wasn't suitable for the Crows, and I don't think it was purely a lack of two ovals.
Well, they would have owned that. They would have wanted that, Emma. Look, put frankly, I don't think 5031 want them there.
You can say that, but that's not what our group's saying.
But that's what it comes across as, Emma. There's nothing there that's insurmountable. You just don't want them there.
You're 100% right. There's nothing that's insurmountable. We're putting a solution to ask them to come into our area. The thing that I see as the biggest sticking point hasn't been mentioned, and that's traffic management. I think the rest of it can actually be managed beautifully. I do have concerns about how the traffic will be managed, but the state government is playing a role. They're giving them a left-hand turn off the South Road. They're talking about maybe some parking in the middle of the South Road surface road. There are potentials here. We're asking the questions because our council has not proven that it can manage traffic in our area. You would know, you say you drive past there a lot, you would see the brickworks traffic, you would see the baked up traffic on Ashman Parade. Our concerns are with our council on that. But if there's not proper planning beforehand, our council cannot manage if it's not planned by the Crows.
Well, don't blame the Crows for the councils.
And you're putting, I'm not. You're putting words into our mouth. We would welcome the Crows here. We have concerns about traffic. We think they can be managed. We have concerns about light still and advertising. We think they can be managed. Lots of people can coexist alongside elite sporting clubs. What we're asking for is that they don't take our whole Kings Reserve, that they leave some for us, and that they don't turf out the existing community soccer club that's been there for 20 years and is part of our community.
Okay, Emma, thanks for your time.
Beautiful, thank you.
Okay, Emma Dawes there, 5031 Action Group. Now, if it sounded like I was batting on behalf of the Crows, I hope that didn't, Timmy. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I'm about progression. I'm about making things happen. And they've been kicked from pillar to post, the Crows. You get on the website, they can do no more. The Oval Precinct Engagement Hub, there's a survey. Every single thing that they've been asked to do, the Crows, they have. Don't go saying it's the state government's reasoning or the council's reasoning as to why or why not this will or will not happen. Don't put that on the Crows.
It was a good debate. I enjoyed it. Thanks very much.
Well, the cat swallow your tongue or something, did it?
Well, it's your argument, not mine. So
you don't care, do you?
Well,
because you've got your little precinct over there for community, and Koshy gets up there. How good are we going?
A bit like that, but I think the Crows people don't want to hear me arguing about that.
No, they do.
No.
I wanted a little bit of balance in that. Well, it sounded like I was being a little bit of a suki.
No, that was all right. It was all right. It was a good debate. I enjoyed it. Okay. I'll tell you what is in the question mark as well about developments is Tasmania. Now, Gill is over there as we speak, and he had a little bit to say on it.
Without the stadium, there is no team. The Commission and the AFL clubs have made that clear. The stadium is now the last key requirement.
What does that say to you? It's like, back to you.
Stump up the cash.
back to you, Albo.
Or tell your story walking.
Correct. And I sort of get the feeling that they would walk away from it.
I think they would.
They would just go, what, bad luck, if you don't want to stump up the money, we're out.
It's $360 million in the next 10 years they don't have to spend. I hope there is a genuine willingness for Tassie to happen. I hope the federal government can find the cash. I think the site they've got and what it's going to bring to Hobart will be fantastic. And I think the folk of Tasmania need their new team. Look at the jack jumpers in the NBL.
That's actually got it.
Fantastic.
Pardon the pun, but they've got to jump on the AFL there.
I am looking forward to this. It's 2 minutes to 5. After the break, Port Adelaide Football Club Hall of Famer Chad Corns.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Barnacle Bill, serving South Australia with quality cooked seafood for over 50 years. Each order is freshly prepared using the finest quality seafood. Sumptuous prawns, calamari, mouth-watering butterfish and chips with Barnacle Bill's own tartare sauce. From a snack pack for 1, crew pack for 4 or for the whole family. Come in and see why Barnacle Bill has been serving South Australia quality seafood for over 50 years.
Fresh from the sea, he's gotta be Barnacle Bill.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
The next evolution in Samsung Galaxy smartphones has finally landed, introducing the Samsung Galaxy S23. We're seeing greater advancements in smartphone cameras. Who doesn't want professional-looking shots? And the S23 is stunning. 50 megapixel brings attention-grabbing epic shots, and nightography lets you capture an epic shot even at night. The Samsung Galaxy S23 screen is dynamic too. An epic bright and adaptive display, even outdoors, so you can enjoy it all no matter how bright it gets. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 128GB 5G for $0 upfront when you connect to a new Optus $69 a month SIM-only plan for 24 months. Ends March the 6th. Minimum cost $1,656, not available with other offers. In-store only. Cancellation fees. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
I'm Kathy Nagel, Chief Executive of Western Hospital, Henley Beach. Did you know Western Hospital conducts weight loss surgery? We all know increased weight can contribute to many other chronic diseases, as well as emotional health. Weight loss surgery may be able to help, and you may be surprised how affordable this is and the short length of your hospital stay. We encourage healthy eating habits and weight, but when this cannot be achieved, there may be another option. For more information about weight loss surgery, visit westernhospital.com.au.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Alicia Ishalo of 28 with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamare.
10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
SA's heatwave is intensifying with the mercury nudging 40 degrees. The CFS is on red alert. Crews have quickly responded to a grass fire that came close to homes at Mount Barker. The SES has also been kept busy. Since Tuesday morning, they've responded to 70 fallen tree branches. Louise Schmidt from the SES says heat-stressed trees is something for people to be mindful of.
Particularly if you're parking cars under big gum trees and that sort of thing, I'd be very wary about where you're parking or where you're filtering from the sun.
26 new acute patient care beds will come online within weeks as part of the $400 million expansion of Flinders Medical Centre. By mid-next year, a further 16 beds will become available at the state's second biggest hospital. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was in Adelaide today for the announcement.
This is an important part of the 120 extra hospital beds that will be provided here. New surgical and procedural spaces, extra MRI and CT scanners. The full upgrade will be completed by 2028.
Foreign Minister Penny Wong has confirmed 2 South Australians are among 4 people killed in a plane crash in the central Philippines. The duo once worked for Santos and were employed by a Filipino company. They were returning from a visit to a local power plant when their plane crashed near a volcano. Labor maintains proposed changes to the superannuation system are minor and would affect very few people. The federal government is planning to wind back tax breaks for balances above $3 million. The opposition argues such a move will create uncertainty in super as an investment. But former Labor Treasurer Wayne Swan says that's not the case, as the vast majority of the population won't notice any difference.
The truth is, if you've got $3 million in an account, you're doing pretty well, and you don't need tax concessions from every other taxpayer, particularly from those taxpayers that have got $150,000 in their account.
Qantas has posted a $1 billion half-year profit. It's a dramatic turnaround for the flying kangaroo, which had a $1.3 billion loss in the first half of last year. The airline CEO, Alan Joyce, says the results are pleasing.
That's a turnaround of over $2.7 billion. This is the recovery our people, our shareholders, and in many respects our customers.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Australia has recalled all-rounders Glenn Maxwell and Mitch Marsh from injury for next month's one-day series against India. Maxwell says he's slowly increasing his workload after making his long-awaited return to Shield cricket during the week.
I'm going to probably try and have a bowl on Saturday for Fitzroy Doncaster, I've been getting my workloads up in the nets. I was available to bowl on that day 3 if we needed, but the boys did a great job yesterday, so I was there available. I said I had 3 or 4 good overs in me, but wasn't required.
Alex Pearce has been announced as the new captain of Fremantle, with Andrew Brayshaw and Caleb Sarong his deputies, and the Matildas are flying home ahead of the Home World Cup in July, thrashing Jamaica 3-0 to retain the Cup of Nations title. It's the 7th consecutive victory for the national side. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Pasadena, look out for a smash on Goodwood Road just in front of the cemetery heading outbound. Got a few delays there at the moment too. Wingfield, another collision, Cormac Road near Hanson Road, and Salisbury got a tree down blocking the intersection of Salisbury Highway at Gawler Street. Busy right now, South Road at Karata Park with the cameras Sheriff's Road at Lonsdale and Walkerville Terrace at Gilberton. Lots of small jobs to do. Whether it's patching a wall or reviving a lawn, Bunnings can help you get it done. Small jobs, big change. That's Fix It Feb at Bunnings Warehouse. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, a low of 28, partly cloudy tomorrow 40, Saturday partly cloudy and 24, and Sunday cloud clearing and a top of 25. Right now it's 39 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
SA's new urgent fire warnings, a dangerous day ahead. Loyalty doesn't pay. See how much you could save on your mortgage, phone and energy bills if you switch to the competition. Why dementia is now a bigger problem than heart disease for older Aussies. And the top paying side hustles revealed. Hey, you could be earning thousands. I'm Brenton Raglas. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The Red Hot Summer Tour 2023 stars Paul Kelly. I've done all the dumb things. Bernard Fanning. I just want to wish you and Missy Higgins. It's an unprecedented lineup of Aussie music icons, including Mark Seymour, Vicar and Linda, Ian Moss and Troy Cassadaly. At the magnificent Kent Reserve, Victor Harbour, Saturday, March 11. Get your tickets now from redhotsummertour.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Renovating your bathroom? Race into Beaumont Tiles for 20% off every single complete bathroom package. That's tiles, vanities, taps, the lot. Choose Beaumont's and save. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Oh, yes. Tell you what.
Still hot.
She's hot. No doubt about that.
Still 39.
I'll tell you what is cool. It's the low prices at Foodland. Oh, yeah, with more stores close to home and everyday low prices. Great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Well, it certainly is. Looking forward to our next guest. Still a big show to come. Are we giving away anything else?
Oh, we give away lots of things. Don't worry about that. It's always happening. But, we just spoke about Tasmania.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little bit more to it. This is, one of their homegrown talents. Mm-hmm. And Matthew Richardson, having a little chat about it.
I think it's really contingent on getting this stadium across the line. I think it's going to really unite Tasmania, the stadium, the AFL team, and obviously all the other events that it will bring to the state. It's really exciting, and I think the time is now.
Show me the money, Richard.
Contingent on the stadium.
Of course it is.
100%
But it always was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the state government's kicked in. Now they just need the federal government to kick in. Now, we were very, very lucky here in South Australia. If you wind back to 2010, when Labor got into government, $450 million. And they cleared the debt for the SACA, which was $85 million.
Correct.
Now, we were very lucky because we had cricket and footy that wanted it. We had an SMA, so we formed that.
Yep.
It was a lot easier. And we had a Labor government back in the day under Rand who were all Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
Now, if Liberal had got in, I would have got a roof. But, Timmy, there won't be a roof. I don't think that's going to happen in Tasmania. 8 minutes past 5.
Well, it was a huge night for Port Adelaide, their season launch and also their entry of Hall of Fame members. And this guy, well, I'll tell you what, he was one of Port Adelaide's absolute favourites when he played. 255 games, of course, a member of that famous 2004 Premiership team, a couple of All-Australians, you name it, to boot. And what a fierce competitor he was. Chad Corns, g'day, mate.
Thank you, Timmy. Thanks for having me.
What a great evening it was. First of all, congratulations. And how did you feel? How did you absorb it?
Yeah, it was a brilliant night. And I think it's, I've been to a couple previous to this night. It's my favourite night that the club put on. They do it so well. So good to see so many legends in the room and, hearing guys like Rog and Rowan speak. Yeah, it just makes you realise and understand just what a great club it is. So, mate, for me, I said last night, it's the biggest honour and privilege I've had in my footy career to be put into the Hall of Fame, and it means the world to me. So really thankful for the club for inducting me and putting on such a great night.
Let's go back to the beginning. You spoke about it last night. Draft night, sitting there with your mum. Because was it West Coast you thought were going to pick you up?
Yeah, West Coast had picks 12 and 13, and they'd flown over a couple of times. I'd met with Nick Malthouse. Hadn't really spoken to Port at all. So sitting there, sort of hoping, because I knew a couple of guys that were on Port's list.
Yeah.
And obviously it was desperate to stay in South Australia, but didn't have any expectations at all. And then I think back then you could have extra time, so they took 2 extra time periods because Choco didn't want me. Alan Stewart, the recruiting manager at the time, fought really hard, and in the end persuaded Choco. So yeah, Alan Stewart just such a great man. So I'm pretty thankful that he called my name out, and then Mum, we just looked at each other, and like I said, I probably can't swear and say what I said last night. But
she said fudge, didn't she?
She said, "Oh, fudge."
Because you would have been thinking instantly, "Oh no, I got to go home and tell Dad this."
Yeah, well, Dad was in Hawaii with Nicole, so I rang him straight away, and he said pretty much said the same thing. But deep down, he goes on about the hatred for the Magpies, but he has so much respect for the club, for Jack and all those guys. So he was wrapped deep down that I was again at a great club like this and staying home in South Australia.
Let's talk about Choco. You sort of had this almost love-hate relationship. He drove you early, didn't he, mate?
Oh, you couldn't do it now. The way he coached me, it was brutal. Like one-on-one training sessions with him, just me and him and the rest of the team watching, punch me in the back of the head, falling on me, dropping his knees into me, calling Dad different names in team meetings and whatnot. So it was really hard early, but like I said last night, it's the coaching I needed. Without it, I don't think I would have played one AFL game. So, looking back at the time, like I said, I really disliked it.
Yeah.
But clearly the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I've got so much love for Choco and his whole family.
Well, I can remember the drill he invented. He called it the Chad Corns drill, and it was all about repeat efforts, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Corns drill, it sort of it lives on. Not too many players want to do it anymore, but it was really basic. You just threw the ball out in front of me, just repeat effort after repeat effort. And in the early days, it was until I threw up with the whole rest of the boys watching on. Yeah, it was tough, but like I said, I'm proud of the way I got through that. And then that became, I would hope and think it became a strength of my game, through that coaching in Choco.
Absolutely. You end up having a fantastic combo with Treaders in those early 2000s, and working as a forward combination, it was pretty deadly. But in the end of 03, it sort of was decided, well, we might try you down back. Was that the brainchild of Phil Walsh?
Yeah, as I said last night, I didn't have a great finish in 03, but yeah, loved the forward line, loved working with Treaders, obviously. Well, in our exit interview that I had with Choco, I sort of put it to him. I said, mate, I feel like you've lost confidence in me. He said, yeah, I probably have. And it was as simple as, mate, I need you to go and play centre half back and go and be All-Australian, go and meet with Dean Bailey now. Right, walked out. And again, last night I mentioned Bales and how good he was for me. I think I went straight round to Bales' house, had a good discussion. I never really played back before, so I was quite nervous about it. But through his coaching, the extra sessions we did together, and the back line we had at the time, who allowed me to play a little looser and with a little less accountability than most backmen play with, it ended up having some good results from it.
Oh, awesome. I love Seinfeld, and there's a great episode, The Summer of George. Tell us about the Summer of Phil Walsh.
The Summer of Phil Walsh, yeah. Well, out of everyone, he's the one that had the biggest impact on my career. Walsh, he's an intimidating guy, and you had to really earn his respect before he gave you much love back. And I played most of the season in 2000. So he himself and Choco came to the Grand on a Sunday night after round 22, after we beat the Crows. Having a few drinks with him, and he said, mate, I need you to do two things this off-season. I need you to buy a block of land somewhere down the beach and build a house on it, and I need you to train with me every day this off-season. You had a few beers, but I told him, yeah, no worries, Walsh, I'd love to do that, mate. Not knowing your team was really serious.
Yeah.
But every day for that 8 weeks, I think I actually missed 3 days, went to the snow for 3 days, but other than that, it was every day for 8 weeks. He went out of his way to meet me at Alberton. We'd do weights. At the time, I could bench press 100 kilos. He could do 4 reps at 100, and by the end of the 8 weeks, I think I could do 8 at 100. So that's where my love of weights sort of began, and my need and want to do extra sessions, started there. So, from that off season on, there wasn't a day off that I wasn't doing some extra sessions with him, Bales, or some of the other coaches. But yeah, love him. Obviously, really miss him, and so grateful that he was a part of my early footy life.
You took to showdowns. You're a showdown medalist, fierce competitor. Yeah. But here's a question.
Now, you don't really hate the Crows, do you? You grew up with your dad as coach. Now, I've even seen you in the rooms crying after we lost.
Well, I think there is actually a vision of myself and Kane crying after the 93 prelim.
Wow.
When they, obviously your dad's coach, he couldn't have been more passionate and loved them anymore, but pretty much as soon as he got sacked in 94, your love ends right there and then. I'm wearing the Virgin Lounge right now at Flight Perth, and the Crows are here, and I can tell you I still hate them. For sure. There's some people at the club that I love, like, Burjo and Timmy Parham, and Nixie was always really good to me, but all in all, yeah, that hatred is still there, alive and well.
Hey, mate, you're just about to get on the kite, head over to Perth. How are we going to play the first trial game? I know there's going to be sort of 6 periods that we're going to play.
Yep.
Is it going to be sort of half-half, 3 and 3, or mix it up?
At this stage, the first 3 quarters will be, the team that's looking to go right now into round 1. So it'll be the first 3 periods, and then it'll be a bit more of a mix of some of the younger guys, and an opportunity in those, those last periods. But really important week for us. Obviously playing 2 trial games. West Coast, if you look at them on paper, they've got some guys returning from injury that didn't play a lot last year, and they look really strong when you look at them on paper. So that'll be a great hit out, and then next week will be a full dress rehearsal for round 1. So that'll be, really the intensity in that game and seriousness of that game will be almost at round 1 level. So exciting week coming up.
You're from Glenelg. You're Glenelg royalty as a family. You're a Port Hall of Famer. How do they brainwash you, mate? I mean, I'm intrigued. Did it take years, months, or days, Chadley?
Well, you just again last night, I've got clear memories of day one walking into the club, and it has a feel about it that draws you in. I was having chats to different people last night, and it's a club that everyone, when you leave, you want to come back, but once you're here, you'd never want to leave. It's just the people, the culture. I don't know, Timmy, you know better than anyone, but it just has a special feeling about this place, and I love it. And I'm 43 now. I think I've been here for 22 of those 43 years. The people I've met, how much it means for the supporters, yeah, it's just so special. I love it. And Glenelg were great to me at a young age. Dad's passion for Glenelg is still as strong as ever. Seeing him there last night, having to watch when the board that pushed to get the power into the AFL, he was slamming in his seat, having to sit through that. But yeah, like I said, really respect Glenelg and what they did to me at a young age. But the love for Port Adelaide is on a completely different level. It's just such a great place to be a part of, and I'm so fortunate to still be here.
Well, it all culminated, of course, with the 2004 Premiership. What a day it was, and you were one of our stars that whole year. Third in the Brownlow too, taking out the flag, mate, at centre-half back. That's a hell of an achievement. But lifting the cup, that was the ultimate.
Third in the Brownlow, and I think fifth in the best and fairest, so work that out, Choco. Never really gave me too much love in the BNS shot, but
yeah.
No, in all seriousness, mate, it was just a brilliant year. With the expectations, there was obviously so much pressure on, but there was a different feel to 04 compared to 02 and 03. We got rid of a couple of players who weren't necessarily in it for the right reasons. Brought in some other guys that had great attitudes and just wanted to do the right thing. Really well led by Matty, and it was so unfortunate to see him go down in that. I think it was round 3 game against Hawthorn, but brilliant year. Obviously, have you played, is it 9 for you, Timmy, or are you more than that?
Oh, no. I just have one for every day of the week.
The one is special. I still feel like we left another one out there in 02 and 03, but it's what everyone plays for. There was a group of mates there last night that went out of their way to come and support me, and a lot of those guys were part of that premiership team. So to still have great relationships with them and have regular catch-ups with them is what it's all about.
Mate,
yeah, really lucky to be a part of it, Timmy.
Congratulations, mate. Port Adelaide Hall of Famer. It's a badge that fits really well to you, mate. Well done. Congratulations. Now get our boys ready to win another one.
Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it.
Good man. Chad Corns, Port Adelaide Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Timmy's a star, a worthy Hall of Famer, along with Rowan Smith, Roger Delaney and the late Peter Obst. It was a great night. You were a bit hungover this morning, just quietly.
I just wanted to support my teammates.
Well, fair call.
And I did that.
Hey, just taking him up, and we got rid of a few after 03. Who was he alluding to there?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Nick Stevens?
Nick definitely left in 03.
There you go.
Yeah, so, interesting.
We're there for the wrong reasons.
Always a good chat.
Now you've got your little chest out. What
I have
do
a
you
little
got?
bit, yes. About
the umpires.
Well, I enjoyed.
You've been scheming behind the scenes. Am I going to get hit between the eyes here, am I?
Well, we're going to just... I want everybody to hear Adrian, who took you to task last night. Let's have a listen.
You said at the top of the mark when you were talking about umpires, am I a basher of umpires? I don't think you're a basher. I think you hate umpires.
They're hard words. I don't hate them, Adrian. We need them.
I know that they make stupid decisions sometimes, but you always seem to be putting them down.
I've got to get better.
So you've got to get better. And I think that's a good call on your behalf.
Oh, yeah?
You're not behind this 4 umpires at all. I think you've got to give it a go. So I want to put the question out there. I want to do a quick snap poll. Give us a call, 8223 0000. Should Rowey embrace the Fab 4?
All right.
Or your alternative is?
The terrific 2s.
You only want 2 umpires?
Well, I think 2 umpires, and they worked as a team the whole year, would give us exactly what every fan wants, consistency. Don't go giving me fatigue and longevity and we need 4 for all those reasons. I want consistency. I want consistency above everything. Consistently poor or consistently good.
You want to go back to the future to 2.
And if you went to 2, that is the one thing you'd tick. And everyone we've spoken to this week, every umpire coach, everyone that opens his mouth about coaching is about consistency. So how can 4 be more consistent than 2?
Well, give us a call, 8223 0000. Should Rowey, and we'll give you a $50 Powers voucher, I reckon.
Okay.
Why not? For the best one. Should he embrace the Fab 4, or should we go back to the future with the terrific 2s? All right, let's check your traffic out.
At Kent Town, got road plates which have moved. Fullerton Road near Beulah Road. Police on site directing traffic there. Take it nice and easy through there. Elizabeth South got a crash. Phillip Highway near John Rice Avenue. While at Pasadena, got a crash on Goodwood Road near the cemetery. Got solid delays there, so keep it in mind. Busy at the moment. Fullerton Road at the Britannia Roundabout. Surprise, surprise. And got a camera. Hello Road at College Park. Across a wide range of Audi models, taking advantage of 5 years at 75,000 kilometre scheduled servicing. Ends March 31 at your Audi dealer. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
We love our vast, rugged country, but out here is no place to break down. For 50 years, the team at Terrain Tamer have been engineering, testing and manufacturing off-road four-wheel drive parts. Over this time, we've learnt what is reliable and how we can strengthen a vehicle to ensure a safe journey. With Australia's largest range of four-wheel drive parts, we're the four-wheel drive specialists. So you can be sure no matter where you are in Australia, the Terrain Tamer team will be there to help you get home. With Terrain Tamer, you're in safe hands.
The blockbuster movies are back on the big screen at your local Wallace Cinema. There's always something for the kids young and old, friends, families and grandparents. Prepare to laugh, be scared, be transported to another time, be amazed, be enthralled, and most of all, be entertained. So many movies you'll want to come back again and again. Support your local SA-owned cinema partnering with other SA businesses. Visit our website for what's on and tickets, or download the Wallace app. wallace.com.au.
24 past 5, I think you might have asked the question, is S-Row an umpire basher? 8223 We'll take your call shortly. Hey, when it comes to hearing aids, I think we'd all agree you shouldn't have to pay sky-high prices for high-tech features. So Specsavers have done the right thing by all of us.
Absolutely they have. The Specsavers Advanced range comes with the latest technology and features you'd expect, but at a price you can afford.
Brilliant. Specsavers also offer everyday low prices, provide upfront pricing on hearing aids, which can be viewed online right now. Now, that makes it easy to shop around, to find the great value, and you know where you'll land? At Specsavers.
Yeah. So what's the next step? What do you want to do? Well, let a qualified Specsavers audiology professional work with you to find a hearing solution that suits your needs, lifestyle and budget. Now that sounds good.
It is, and it's free. A free 15-minute hearing check, or to view everyday low prices, just head to specsavers.com.au/hearing. Do it this afternoon. T's and C's apply.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech Guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
The next evolution in Samsung Galaxy smartphones has finally landed, introducing the Samsung Galaxy S23. We're seeing greater advancements in smartphone cameras. Who doesn't want professional-looking shots? And the S23 is stunning. 50 megapixel brings attention-grabbing epic shots, and nightography lets you capture an epic shot even at night. The Samsung Galaxy S23 screen is dynamic too. An epic bright and adaptive display even outdoors, so you can enjoy it all no matter how bright it gets. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 128GB 5G for $0 upfront when you connect to a new Optus $69 a month SIM-only plan for 24 months. Ends March the 6th. Minimum cost $1,656, not available with other offers. In-store only. Cancellation fees. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, Foodland live stream. Get on Facebook and YouTube. Hey guys, we've been asking the question. We asked for you to call, and I'll tell you what, it's a full board. Should Stephen Rowe Embrace the 4-umpire system, the Fab 4, or go back to the future with the terrific 2s.
Okay, let's get on board. Hello, Pete.
Oh, okay, guys. Definitely embrace what Rowey thinks too. I think 3 is about right. I think 4 is too many. 4 is too many.
Okay.
Major issue is too consistency of decision making, which has always been an issue anyway, regardless of how many umpires have had. But definitely 3 is right on the mark. Just a quick one, guys. Just on the Tasmanian Stadium, I definitely think that should be an indoor stadium.
Of course it should. It's bloody windy down there, Pete.
They would get two or three times more people, particularly like in the heart of winter, in Tasmanian winters. It just sort of makes sense. And
it does. It does. It makes sense. Put a roof over it. It's a windy spot.
There won't be a roof.
There won't be a roof. Hello, Jack.
Hey, how are we going, Tim and Rowey? I think it's hard to say, really, whether it's 3 or 4 is the best, because I think I'm right in saying at the moment that AFL umpires aren't actually professional in terms of full-time. A lot of them have other jobs. Yeah, a lot of them have other jobs.
Yep.
Which they go through during the week. So, umpiring's not 100% of their focus in terms of what they're doing as a job. So, I think we're not really going to see umpiring improve drastically until the AFL actually puts money into making these umpires full-time.
Well, they can't get any more. Oh, hang on, Jack. Get Jack back up. Oh. Jack, are you a 4 or a 2 then? Are you with me or against me?
I think 4 is probably still more likely because...
No. Are you with me or against me? Do you want me to get on board?
No, I'm against you because...
Okay, 1-1. Thanks, Jack. Armadillo, how are you? Armour.
How you going, Rowey? How you going, Timmy?
Good, buddy.
Look, I'd have to... on the proviso...
Yeah.
On the proviso that, well, the way I see it, okay, whether it's 2 umpires, 3 or 4, I think these umpires should be teamed together from the beginning of the year, and they officiate each game.
Yep.
Now, if you have a round with 9 games and 8 games are umpired really well, but 1 isn't because of disputed calls and stuff, well, then those 4 umpires are called into the AFL, and they're questioned. Well, what's the problem? Because what's happening now is that whenever there's disputes in umpiring decisions around the ground, unfortunately, and that's the way life is that we put a blanket cover over all of them. We blame all of them when one of the umpires or a few of the umpires are doing the right thing, but we still criticise them because they're umpires.
So you're with me?
No, he's for 4.
I'm with Rowey.
He's with me, saying 4's too many. 2-1. Eugene?
Not happy with that.
Right, I'll tell you why you need 4.
Oh, here we go.
We go on about the athletes taking over the game and the true footy blokes not being able to get a game because they're not fit enough.
Yep.
It's the same with the umpires. You've got the best 4 athletes out there, but they might not be the best umpires because they can't keep up with the game.
Gotcha.
I've never known an umpire to tongue it in a game, Eugene.
Well
you
done,
name one
Eugene.
umpire that's tonguing it.
That's a really good call.
Oh, of course they can. Okay.
2-2. And
Maury,
down to Murray.
It's on you, Maury.
G'day, mate.
It's on you, Maury.
I'm Rowey. I'm with you.
Yee!
I'm with you to the point. I'm to the point where
Maury now. How loud's that? Hey, Maury, sorry.
That's all right. I'm with you to the point where if they're that desperate, why don't they have a reserve umpire? If they get tired, they swap them around.
There you go.
There you are.
We're all after consistency.
Okay.
I think Maury, who's put me 3-2 up, and that surprised you, hadn't it?
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Gets the
$50 Pals voucher.
$50. Thanks, Maury.
Congratulations,
Fantastic.
Maury.
That was all right. I think I had a comfortable win in the end.
I'd like to
You tried to frame me there in front of the listeners.
I'd like to keep taking calls, but
So you're 4.
Unfortunately, we have to go.
No, well, we can. 822 300
Oh, good.
Our guests can wait. We only got Colin Young, AFL Players Manager, the bloke that takes all the Crows away from the Crows. Just a 3/4 time score, Geelong v Hawthorn, 16-9, 105. Hawthorn, 5-10-40. Now, I know it's a trial, but that's a fair indication. One was top, and the other one was bottom.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarik. 26 new acute patient care beds will come online within weeks as part of the $400 million expansion of Flinders Medical Centre. Foreign Minister Penny Wong has confirmed 2 South Australians are among 4 people killed in a plane crash in the central Philippines. Labor says proposed tax changes to superannuation would only apply to about 40,000 Australians, and the Matildas are flying home ahead of the Home World Cup in July, thrashing Jamaica 3-0 to retain the Cup of Nations title. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Kent Town, road plates have moved. Fullerton Road near Beulah Road. Got police on site there at the moment. Elizabeth South got a crash. Phillip Highway near John Rice Avenue. While at Pasadena, residual delays from earlier crash. Goodwood Road near Grandview Drive. Busy right now. Fullerton Road at Britannia Roundabout with cameras the Esplanade, Port Nalaga South and George Streets at Norwood. The King Anniversary Sale is on now. Save on selected Australian design award-winning furniture. Sale on now. Visit the King Keswick showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 28, partly cloudy tomorrow 40. Currently it's 38 degrees. More news at 6 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
I still struggle with the fact that you got a card-carrying perv like Prince Andrew kicking around the family tree, yet it's Harry and Meghan who are getting all the attention.
Informing Adelaide.
This is more mirth with these two. They're sort of just vacuous celebrities.
They're not bad people. I think Andrew is a bad person.
Yes, yeah, that's
I think
right.
He's demonstrably bad.
Yes.
And I think the way that family has run cover for him for years is to its eternal shame.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
G'day, it's Eddie May from NRG Solar. More and more South Australians are taking control of their energy bills with solar and battery storage. In fact, Australians are taking up battery storage in record numbers because they're sick of rising power bills and being locked into a system where someone else calls the shots. The other huge bonus of going with NRG Solar and battery storage is that you'll be protected from blackouts with an uninterrupted power supply. Take control. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
Pass us the 1/4-inch socket. That's the 1/2 inch. Why aren't you wearing your glasses?
You try keeping a pair of glasses clean on the job.
We'll lose the job if you can't hand me the right tools.
Give yourself the gift of great vision at Laser Vision SA. Smile Pro is the latest technology available at Laser Vision SA. Faster, silent and even more comfortable. Only at Laser Vision SA. Start seeing your world clearly without glasses or contacts. Visit laservisionsa.com.au.
When it comes to wiping out flies and mozzies, we're prepared to go nuclear. But what about the fallout on your family? EcoMist is a natural insect killer. It uses natural pyrethrins to be an effective and ecological insect control product. EcoMist dispensers can be programmed to your needs with 24-hour protection for your home, your cafe or your office. Wipe out flies and mozzies and stay safe around your family. Order yours today at ecomist.com.au.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota forklift advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift.
Hi, I'm Anne. I work with St. Louis Home Care and I'm an enrolled nurse. I work as a client engagement coordinator.
St. Louis was started by my great-grandmother and now is one big happy family with lovely staff just like Anne.
The people that work for St. Louis are very loving and caring.
Whether it's gardening, meals, shopping, home maintenance or social activities, we help people stay at home for longer.
If you're interested, come and join us.
Google St. Louis Home Care today.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Get you up this song.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I'll tell you what I also love is Foodland, because that's where great food lives at, the mighty South Aussies.
38.7 in Adelaide. It's 40 as we speak in Parafield. 41.4 in Port Augusta.
Yeah. That's
it's a stinker, and 41 tomorrow in Adelaide.
Woohoo! No relief in sight. I'll tell you what, Tasmania.
Big day today.
Gil McLaughlin
Gil was in town.
flew down there, had this to say.
Without the stadium, there is no team.
The Commission and the AFL clubs have made that clear. The stadium is now the last key requirement.
We'll go down to Tasmania on the ground. Win News sports reporter Brent Costello. Welcome, Brent.
Great to be on, fellas. How you going?
Oh, look, we're all right. What did you get out of the visit today? What are you thinking?
Oh, look, it's definitely a step forward. There's no doubt about that. I expect the Gill to come down today just to speak at this business lunch, really talk a bit about the Tassie team. So to come with a $360 million cheque, potential $360 million cheque, I should say, is a step forward. There's no doubt about that. But obviously, it all hinges on this stadium at Macquarie Point. So the cheque won't be unlocked unless that gets built. And at the moment, that's in the hands of the federal government as they assess the business case and decide whether they want to do the shortfall of $240-odd million. So while it's good news, it might just be pie-in-the-sky stuff unless this stadium happens.
So, Brent, was it pretty much the AFL saying, here's a little carrot, now over to you, Albo?
Oh, yeah, look, some people have said to me, is this a thing behind the scenes with the federal government and they've organised this, or what is it? But Anthony Albanese, when we had him on our radio show down here a month or so ago, said the AFL needs to do its bit. At that point, was only putting in $15 million for the stadium, $10 million towards the high-performance centre, and that was basically it. So this is a significant step forward. This is them doing their bit, I suppose, and it's just going to be whether it's enough to appease Anthony Albanese and his government.
Well, 36 mil over 10 years is great. They've got to get the the feeder clubs and all that community stuff, right? Which I think is fantastic. We heard it clearly. Without the stadium, there is no team. So what's likely? The state government stump up a bit more, or would the federal government put their hands in their deep pockets for the 240, Brent? What are you putting your money on?
Yeah, look, I feel pretty confident. It's been a real rollercoaster ride, to be honest, guys. I've been covering this story for 15 to 20 years, and at times I've felt at 0%, sometimes 50%. Today, maybe 90%. I think Anthony Albanese wants to see it done. He's been invested at Macquarie Point, where they wanted to build the stadium since he was infrastructure minister back in about 2012, and he put, I think, $50-odd million potentially into it at that point to try and get the site happening, and nothing's really happened since then. So, like your Adelaide Oval over there, it's right in the heart of the city here. It's a short walk to the waterfront and Salamanca Place where all the restaurants and cafes and things are. So it really would open up the city. Certainly a lot of opposition down here against it, though, as well. They say, why can't we just play at Blunston Arena and play at UTAS Stadium? We've already got two AFL purpose stadiums. But as Gil said today, when you've got the Adelaide Oval you can go to, when you've got Optus Stadium in Perth to go to, tourists will want to go and watch their team play in those two stadiums. They don't want to come to Blunston Arena. They want to come to a high-quality facility, and that's why he's so adamant that they need to build this stadium.
Will you get a roof?
Yeah, it's roofed. Yeah, it's not a open and shut one, though. It's a fixed roof it'll be, and it might even be sort of Perspex built sort of stuff. So that's a prerequisite as well, I think, and it's probably not a bad move being here in Hobart. It's not that much colder than Melbourne on a winter's night, but it can't hurt.
Oh, you're dreaming, aren't you? That's the coldest place in the world when that wind whistles up over that water there. So the big thing for me from afar is really the politics and the residents, and my belief is North Hobart don't like South and vice versa. You got Hobart, you got Launceston. They're fiercest of rivals. Launceston's not going to let Hobart have this new shiny toy and they get 3/5 of you-know-what all, Brent.
Yeah, well, there's going to be upgrades at UTAS Stadium as well, so that will appease the North a little bit. I guess they're going to have games up there as well. The Premier's actually from the northwest coast, so he couldn't be further away from Hobart where he lives, but he's the one driving all this. I thought the parochialism sort of went out of Tasmania even more recently, as 3 or 4 years ago, but it seems to have reared its ugly head a little bit again in more recent times. But, look, I don't think it's as huge a problem as people think it is. As long as the game's split up in the north is getting their fair share, I think everyone will be happy.
Now, part of that AFL investment that's been promised, $90 million for game development, $30 million into developing young male and female talent. We had Rocket Rodney Eade on yesterday, and he was speaking about just making sure that the levels below the AFL are very strong. So the seniors are very strong, or the junior teams are being
participation.
Get the participation rate and the like up. Is that where that money needs to go, and how strong is the local comp at the moment?
Well, it's a pretty good point from Rocket, because his former club, Glenorchy, which is a powerhouse club here in Tasmania, is on its knees. It's run countless premierships, and at the moment it's in danger of not fielding a senior team in our top-tier competition this year because of a lack of players. And basketball is booming here, guys. I asked this directly to Gillon McLaughlin today. Are you concerned about the jack jumpers and basketball here? Because every kid, it's all they're talking about at the moment. They can go and watch their heroes play on a weekly basis out at My State Bank Arena. But he wasn't so concerned about that, Gil, because I said to him, you've got 5 years still potentially where this team comes in. Basketball's got a really good head start here, but he said we've got the greatest game in the world, and he wasn't too concerned about that at all.
Okay, what's the time frame? Did Gil say, let me know by day X, Brent?
No, as I said before, I think it'll all depend on the federal budget now in May. So we're going to wait till then, I think, till the federal government make a decision whether they'll fund it or not. I was sort of hoping we'd have a sort of a pre-budget announcement before Gil left his role in what they think's going to be about April. So it looks like that won't happen now. So it might be a new CEO coming in and reaping the benefits of what's coming to Tasmania potentially.
Well, you deserve it, the 19th, 2026. You need a stadium, you need a roof because it's cold as Hades down there. Brent, all the best and show me the money. Good man.
Thanks, guys. Great to be on. Appreciate it.
Win News sports reporter Brent Costello there. They'll get there. There's a lot of posturing. They're very good negotiators, the AFL.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No, they are very
They
good.
do know when they hold the cards.
They play people like a German band because they've got something they want. Foodland text on the back of the blue I had a little bit before 5 about Thebby and the MCG size.
I would say it was more of a debate. Yeah.
Well, a debate. Yeah. Well, I'm being paid out for the way I treated our guest, and I do apologise if that
there
come
was
through.
one text saying you've lost 1-0. Emma won.
Yeah. I like this one better. What do the Crows want an MCG oval? ... They'll never plant it. Now, that's from Shane from Queensland. Shane, stick your manners back in and buzz off because you're in Queensland.
Now,
what does Shane care about what we do down here in Thebby?
It's not the only thing that's caused a bit of controversy. Just before 5:30, you reckon you won 3-2 in the umpiring debate.
Well, I did. It was
whether
clear
you
as-
should embrace 4
clear.
or go back to the future with 2. Now, you did get quite a bit of support, 3-2.
Oh, here we go. I know where you're going here.
I know
You want to open the lines again, don't you?
I want another go at it.
822 300 4 or 2.
Let's keep the voting going.
Rowe or it's now Team Ginniver.
Well, no.
It is. You're 4.
Yeah.
You're an AFL apologist.
No. You ever heard me call a game?
Yes, I
Not
have.
a big fan. I'll tell you what we'll do now. Just check your traffic.
Okay.
Terra Gardens got a crash Greenhill Road near Portrush Road. Kintown Road plates have moved that were covering a sinkhole. Fullerton Road near Beulah Road. Take it easy through there. And Elizabeth South got a crash Phillip Highway near John Rice Avenue. Busy at the moment. Fullerton Road at the Britannia Roundabout with cameras Fitzroy Terrace North Adelaide and Shakespeare Avenue at Tranmere. Want to upgrade to the new Samsung Galaxy S23 series? Score an epic offer at Optus until March 31. Visit an Optus store today to find out more. Great value starts with Yes. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. David and Will invite you into the studio every morning with 5AA's live video stream of The Breakfast Show. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Hello, I'm Lynn Andrews. At Lynn Andrews Real Estate, we've seen a lot of change in the property market over the last 50 years, but one thing remains constant: our passion to help people invest in the future, to build strong property portfolios in commercial and residential real estate. Our commitment to property investment over the years means we have a wealth of knowledge to share with you. We are here to help. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
When painting, there's only one thing to remember to achieve a fast and easy professional finish every time. Monarch paintbrushes and accessories. Work faster, easier, and with no brush marks. Available now at all paint specialists. Monarch has got you covered.
Now, would you like a pay rise? What about
yes,
a
please.
$100,000 payday?
Yeah. I love what the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery does. It's giving 10 lucky ticket holders $100,000 each just for purchasing tickets early. There's an early bird prize.
Oh, I love early birds. Get to the airport early is overrated, but getting this ticket early could be on the money.
The early bird
gets the worm.
Of course he
or
does.
100k.
All you need to do is get your home lottery tickets by midnight tomorrow. Not only will you be in the draw for that ultimate $3.5 million grand prize in Hanley Beach. I drive past that because Nanny's just up the road. Oh, it's flash.
It's good job.
You could win 100k per day. Oh, what would you do with 100k?
Oh, that's amazing. I'll have a lot of fun. Probably, maybe spend more time with the family, travel the world, your dream car. What else do you want?
Bugger that, I'd get a boat.
You would. I'd buy one just to park it next to you.
Now, hurry. You must have home lottery ticket before midnight tomorrow. It could be you, enjoying 100k with us. Get your tickets now at homelottery.com.au.
Bigger battle, any, mini, money, mo, and flower. You're the chosen one.
Introducing the striking Kia range. Crafted with sleek and distinctive cues. The new Kia range is the cornerstone of progressive technology, blistering performance, and quality design. This is Kia.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Hey guys, it's Lauren here from Adelaide, and what's not to love about Unley Road? It has everything. The cafes, the restaurants, all the services you need. And what about the shopping? There's over 400 specialty shops to choose from. There's something for everyone. And right now, thanks to only Unley Road, if you spend $30 on Unley Road before March 13, you could win one of the awesome prizes up for grabs.
Proudly supported by Pickle in the Middle and the Unley Road Association.
Get a read on fuel spikes, gourmet delights, and the best coastal hikes. Get a read on today with The Advertiser and subscribe for less than you think. Hurry, search The Advertiser offer today.
From the team behind The Picture of Dorian Gray comes the thrilling production Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The must-see theatre experience, only at the 2023 Adelaide Festival. Tickets on sale now at adelaidefestival.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It certainly does. Foodland lives here. It's right here on the live stream, Facebook or YouTube. But Rowey, we've gone back to the well.
Yeah, it's team, bro.
You won.
Team Ginny.
Yeah, before 5:30 you won. You won 3-2.
Is this about 4 umps or 2 umps?
So you should embrace 4. Or go back to the future with 2.
Okay.
We're going to go back to the phones. How's that sound?
Yeah, let's go to Woodville. Tyrone.
Good evening, boys. How are we?
Excellent.
Yeah, look, I was a bit up and down about 4 umpires, 2 umpires, but Timmy said, well, there's got to be some positives that come out of it, and I think even if they use the Z movement or whatever, the 2 umpires in the centre square, the idea would be that they move out and they can catch more tagging and handling the ball over, blocking off the ball, because teams train that way, so they have their back to the umpire, and really the only way that you see it is because the TV picks it up.
Tyrone, I see out-of-zone umpires all last year, every game. Blowing the whistle 100 metres away, and then guess what happens?
No.
Everyone around the pack goes, who's free kick, who is it? And the actual umpire there's
he's prepared to give it a go to see if it'll fix that problem.
Oh, so you're saying he's with you?
He's with me, Tyrone.
Okay,
thanks,
Tyrone,
mate.
good on you.
3-all.
Sam at Williamstown.
Hey, first up, Rowey, I owe you an apology, mate, because I threw you under the bus yesterday, saying that you were the one that played that bloody 79 grand final replay on the long-suffering South Adelaide supporter.
Sorry, it wasn't me.
No, but I feel better now, that's why I'm ringing up.
Good on you, Sammy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Rowey. Two umpires, let's go back to the future. Yeah, Tyrone was full of it there, that was just rubbish. Another vote for you. And if you want an extra one, I'm a schizophrenic, so you can have 2 votes, mate.
Done, Sammy.
Well played, mate. We'll go to Graham. G'day, Graham.
Hey, boys. I think something was missed here when that lady was on a couple of days ago explaining what's going to happen with the umpires.
Yeah.
She mentioned that it'll give more room for females to umpire.
Okay.
And I see that AFL is all about money. It's a big business, all about money. And I just feel, so they get more females in umpiring. That'll promote females to umpire. And then they'll have 2 goal umpires And it's just a money-making, it's a way of making money. That's all I see.
Okay, yeah.
Well, one of the better umpires out at the moment is Eleni Gluftis, our very own.
Our
so
local.
if it promotes more quality and women can get there and do it because they can keep up. But I don't subscribe to fatigue is the main reason. As I said, I've never seen an umpire tongue it. They don't even get a sweat up.
Oh, they're pretty good. They're pretty fit.
Oh,
No
but they
doubt
get a
about that.
sweat up and they're fatigued and they make a bad decision. Give me a spell.
All right.
Thanks, Graham. Hello, Colin.
Oh, how you going, Rowey? Boys?
Yeah, good on you,
mate.
Colin. Where are you?
Where am I, or how am I?
Oh, well, both. I know you're old and alone. Is it hot out there, Cole? Are you sweating up a storm?
Absolutely sweating, yeah. Yeah, no, look, I'm a bit with you, Rowey. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek, this one, but, you know, it starts at 2, goes to 4, next is 6. Next, we'll be having 18 umpires for every single position on the ground.
Well, they're talking about having boundary umpires that can make the decisions.
Well, that was before this 4 umpires.
Cole's with me. What's the score, Tim? Update?
Yeah, you're 5-3 up.
I'm flying. Hello, Rick.
G'day, boys. I'm with Timmy because, Rowey, you're not just anti-umpires, you're anti-football. There's nothing that the AFL do that you ever like, is there?
Oh, well, I do like the game. I like it when my team wins. Rick, I mean, geez, am I that negative, buddy?
I like it. It's another.
Don't encourage Rick.
5-4 we are now.
Rick, are you there, Rick?
Yeah, he's all right.
I'm here, mate.
Yeah, you Port man or what?
I'm a crazy man.
Oh, and you got that opinion of me? Gee,
Well, backfired.
Yeah, Jimmy. That
see his face, Rick.
Rick, that smashed me between the eyes. Good on you, mate.
Get the Foodland live stream on that one.
I bet you Tracy from North Haven's with me.
Hello, Tracy.
G'day, how are you? G'day, Rowey.
Hey,
Hello, Timmy, how are you?
Excellent, my
I'm
friend.
with you, Rowey.
There you go.
4 umpires, 4 different excuses.
Correct.
Scratching your head going, what the hell's going on?
Correct.
Just lost the first set, 6-4. Let's go.
Hello, Nick.
How are you guys? Great show.
Cheers, buddy.
Now, I've got the perfect answer.
Please.
You have 4 umpires, but 2 at a time. So, like we've got reserves for the 2 teams, you've got reserves. So, you split it in half. When someone gets tired as one of the umpires, the other one comes on. There's nothing more depressing is when you see 2 umpires, no one picks it. The 3rd umpire has come all the way from the other side of the oval, and he gives the free kick.
Yeah, we don't like that, Nick. I'm with you on that one. But, gee, I don't mind the...
My biggest frustration
it's almost
is
a
this.
draw, that one.
It's a cracking game of footy.
Yeah.
Nick, I bet you're with me. Cracking game of footy. And then an umpire down one end doesn't pay holding the ball. Exact same frame for frame down the other one he does. Shot for goal, and the margin's 7, and your team lost.
Yeah.
How often do you hear that happen?
I get upset about it. There's no doubt about that. But let's go to Bernie. What do you think, Bernie?
Thanks, Nick.
G'day, boys. Don't we love talking about umpiring?
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah. I don't think it matters how many umpires you have personally. They're human beings. There's always going to be mistakes on somewhere through. My biggest fear moving forward is you think about how many sporting codes have brought this in. I talk about soccer, American football, tennis, cricket. What's the thing they have in common that they've all brought into their sports in terms of refereeing?
Like the VAR, you mean, and the replay stuff?
The decision review system they brought in,
Yeah.
which just suck the life out of the game and slow everything up. And my biggest fear is that will be the eventual step which they'll go to and say, well, we've got 25 umpires on the field, we're still making errors, let's bring in a DRS system.
I hope not.
But that's the fear where it's all going. Because so many codes have done it now.
Because Bernie, I think you're right. Since they've started to try and review goals that have been scored, which they don't spend the money on the technology enough there. But I'm with you. It sort of sucks that you got the whole crowd's gone up thinking it's a goal, and there's all this enthusiasm, and then all the wind goes out of the balloon because we've got to do a review.
There you go.
I'm with Bernie on that one.
Well done, Bernie. Adriano.
How are you? Sorry, Rowey, but I'm with Timmy on this one because I think it's the AFL's way of being able to use the same set of umpires over 2 weekends.
Yep.
Because it'll be less fatigue. They'll be able to do a Thursday night game and then go on and do a Saturday or a Sunday.
Which might bring about your consistency. Might bring about your
and
consistency.
then you'll talk about and then you'll get the consistency that you want because
I'm
They
happy
learn
with that.
to work together because that's what they need to do. They need to have teams of umpires.
How long have I been saying that for, Adrian?
You have, but you only want
Yeah,
two of them.
well, that's it. But then you got
Consistency.
your 4 umpires, but then they can do that. They can
Okay.
do 2 games on a weekend.
Well done, Adriano. You're in the running for the $50 Powers voucher.
great
Timmy will
call.
vote that. While you tally it, I'm going to read out some Foodland text here.
Look forward to it.
Crap footy and crap umpiring should be called out. Keep it up, Rowey, even if it requires a blue pill. What's a blue pill?
I'm not sure.
Is that one of those nighttime ones?
Yeah.
We get two for. How about this one? The only reason I list to Double A is to hear Row go ballistic at umpires. Row wears his heart in his sleeve and isn't afraid to show his coolions.
Oh, wow.
Is that coolions?
Wow.
Colleagues. Is that colleagues or coolions?
I can't find it.
I'm not going to show my
No,
coolions.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know about Row. He's just a basher. No, I'm not. I'd like to think I don't sit here and come across as a basher.
Well,
an AFL basher.
Yeah.
Crows basher.
Yeah, sometimes you can get a bit...
Timmy basher.
Yeah.
I haven't bashed you yet.
Not as yet, no. But, no, look, sometimes you get a bit upset about these things. But, look, I just tallied it up, and you're still in front, 7-5.
Diane's brought up a
7-5.
very, very good point here on the Foodland text.
Yeah.
We'll go on the running. Hi, guys. What I think should happen about umpires, Rowey should take up umpiring and then see how hard it is, and then he'll change his opinion.
Yeah.
It's not that
like
hard.
Have you umpired ever?
Yeah. When I used to coach and that.
Yeah. Oh, right. So you're the coach. So
I was outstanding.
It's a big difference then.
I just put the bloody P away in the whistle.
I did a similar thing when I was coaching, and I just like to let it go and
There you
only
go.
pay the absolute obvious.
Yeah. Sam might have the last say for Clearview. It's 2 minutes to 6, still 39 degrees. Hello there, young Sam.
Hey, boys, how are you? What a great show tonight.
Oh.
Well done, boys. Just want to let you know that I've just signed up to do goal umpiring, so if anyone wants to do goal umpiring,
Good man.
come out and do the goal umpiring.
How do you sign up, Sam? Online or?
The only thing, what's weird is they've got the SANFL league, and then they've got the amateur.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Depending on what you want to do. But if you're sort of youngin' and you want to sort of go SANFL, just go on the SANFL and umpiring, and then you'll try and, they just are kicking off now. And then they've got, I'm going to go with the senior ones, and I'm just going to give it a try. Goal umpiring. I love footy, but I can't play anymore, so I'm just going to goal umpire.
Good on you, Sammy.
Well done, Sam.
Fantastic.
Good
Good
stuff.
message there.
Well, they need umpires, so well done.
Put your
Fantastic
mouth
stuff.
where your heart is type of thing. 1 minute to 6. After the break, we're going to speak to Sturt coach Marty Matner because we're going from bottom to top, going through all the coaches.
Correct. They finished 5th last year.
Find out the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs and all that sort of stuff. And as I talk, time on in the fourth quarter, Geelong v Hawthorn. Geelong are up by 67 points. They've rested all their stars.
Wow.
Can you read too much into one internal trial?
You can, but that one looks accurate.
Okay, and Crows and Port squads are in for their games tomorrow.
They are.
So Adelaide v FIVEAA, that's in Coburn. That's at 3:10 p.m. 6 25-minute quarters. Noticeable absentees, Taylor Walker and Andrew McPherson. And your game?
A few more on the power side. Zach Butters, of course, got that knock on the top of the AC joint. He won't play. Darcy Byrne-Jones, Francis Evans, Jeremy Finlayson, Josh Sin, Cleary and Trent Dumont won't be taking part.
Okay, time for the 5AA News.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Tonight, a low of 28 with the 6 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamare.
10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Elizabeth.
As South Australians continue to swelter through our heat wave, the CFS has ramped up its warnings for tomorrow. Total fire bans have been issued for much of the state, including the Mount Lofty Ranges, with yet another day of extreme heat forecast. A code red declaration will remain in place until Saturday. That allows those sleeping rough access to emergency accommodation. As part of the $400 million Flinders Medical Centre expansion, 42 new beds are being fast-tracked and will come online by mid-next year. The first of them will become available very soon. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says a full upgrade will be completed by 2028.
In the next few weeks, 26 new acute inpatient beds being open here at Flinders Medical Centre.
Labor says proposed tax changes to superannuation would only apply to about 40,000 Australians. Federal Politics editor Michael Packey has more from Canberra.
The government maintains there needs to be a debate about the sustainability of superannuation. Labor is contemplating to scale back tax breaks on balances above $3 million. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese argues it would only affect about 1% of super holders, but would restore around $1 billion a year to the nation's coffers.
There'll be no major changes to superannuation.
Opposition leader Peter Dutton says it not only amounts to a broken election promise, it erodes trust in the super system.
You abided by the rules and now the rules are being changed.
However, the coalition is being accused of hypocrisy, given it also made changes to super when it was in government.
Heavy rain and the risk of landslides are hampering efforts to locate the 4 people killed in a plane crash in the Philippines. 2 South Australians who were on board have been confirmed dead. The light aircraft had entered a no-fly zone near a remote volcano where the wreckage has been found. An American TV journalist has been shot dead and his colleague wounded whilst reporting from the scene of an earlier shooting. Police believe the shooter is 19-year-old Keith Melvin Moses, who has been arrested and charged in connection with the homicide the pair were covering. A mother and daughter were also caught in the crossfire, the 9-year-old girl killed. Speaking tearfully from the scene, Welsh 2 reporter Luana Manos says one of her own has died.
This is every reporter's absolutely worst nightmare. We go home at night afraid that something like this will occur, and that is what happened here.
Now turning to 5AA Sport, and Australia has recalled all-rounders Glenn Maxwell and Mitch Marsh from injury for next month's one-day series against India. Maxwell says he's slowly increasing his workload after making his long-awaited return to Shield cricket during the week.
I'm going to probably try and have a bowl on Saturday for Fitzroy Doncaster, but yeah, I've been getting my workloads up in the nets. I was available to bowl on that day 3 if we needed, but the boys did a great job yesterday, so I was there available. I said I had 3 or 4 go-overs in me, but wasn't required.
Crows and Port Adelaide players are on their way to Perth as they prepare for their practice matches tomorrow night against Fremantle and West Coast respectively. And Novak Djokovic has anointed Rafael Nadal as his biggest rival, saying he wants to play the Spaniard in the French Open final. The number 1 ranked player says playing world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz isn't quite the same.
I cannot call him my main rival. My main rival is still Nadal, even though Alcaraz, is obviously he's number 2, he was number 1, he's won a slam, he's arguably the next biggest thing in our sport, or he's already there. I just feel the rivalry with Nadal is something that is difficult to eliminate just because someone is doing great things in the last year and a half.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Turo Gardens, look out for a crash Greenhill Road near Portrush Road. Ketzard road plates have moved, covering a sinkhole. Fullerton Road near Beulah Road. Take it easy if you're heading through there. Busy right now, the Porter Expressway at the North-South Motorway entry, and look out for cameras George Street, Norwood, and Harrow Road at College Park. Deals after dark are on at Amart. Spend $1,999 in store and get $500 in your choice of homewares. T's and C's apply. Stores open late tonight at Amart. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, a low of 28, partly cloudy tomorrow 40, Saturday partly cloudy and 24, and Sunday cloud clearing and 25. Right now it's 38 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
SA's new urgent fire warnings, a dangerous day ahead. Loyalty doesn't pay. See how much you could save on your mortgage, phone and energy bills if you switched to the competition. Why dementia is now a bigger problem than heart disease for older Aussies. And the top paying side hustles revealed. Hey, you could be earning thousands. I'm Brenton Raglis. See the full story on 9 News, happening now.
Join 5AA each night from midnight for Australia Overnight.
Hi, it's Tony Moclair here, host of Australia Overnight. Thrilled and delighted, joined by listeners from 5AA, Adelaide's best radio station.
Tony Moclair takes your calls right through the early hours.
And those listeners contributing to the Australia Overnight program and being part of the larger family.
Catch Australia Overnight.
Welcome aboard 5AA.
Live from midnight on Adelaide's 5AA.
When shopping around for hearing aids, the main sound you'll hear is But not at Specsavers, where you don't have to pay top dollar for top-of-the-range hearing aids. Just book a free 15-minute hearing check at specsavers.com.au/hearing. Then maybe you could use those savings to hear something more pleasant like... Should have gone to Specsavers. Conditions apply.
Jump into IGA for your last chance to win back the cost of your shop. 100 winners a day. Just buy participating products to enter like 4 and 20 party pies or sausage rolls, 12-pack, $6.75 each. This week at your local IGA. While stocks last, prices valid until Feb 28 at participating stores. Instant win prizes valued at up to $350. Competition closes Feb 28. See website for T's and C's. Permit number SAT221974.
6:07, it's still high 30s, 38.9 degrees. Very shortly, Marty Matner. And for those that are interested, Geelong just smashed Hawthorn by 85 points. Now, I know it's a trial. It's Feb the 23rd, but you don't want to do all that pre-season and dish that crap up.
No.
Where are they going to finish?
Low.
Hey, nobody knows paint like Crowies, and I should know because, Timmy, I'm a what? A master?
Master painter.
A master painter. I've got a trade.
Yes, you
I've
do.
still got my builder's licence.
Oh, well done.
Going to do some painting on the weekend.
Excellent.
Here's the thing you're going to know and you need to know and love about the local Crowie store. They have all the answers. Doesn't matter what you're painting or staining, they will be able to help. They like to ask questions too, just to provide you with the best solutions. Doesn't matter if you're painting a chair, a door, a wall, a house, a shed, a skyscraper. Please do this. Call into your local Crowie store and they will help you out. I went to the one on Unley Road.
I was going to ask you, so you're doing some painting, you've obviously gone in there.
Done, bang,
and chatted to
boom,
them.
asked a million questions, need to do this, prepare that.
Too easy.
Too easy. Whether it's timber, metal, tiles or steel, mine happens to be a rendered wall,
right.
Wallpaper, coatings for boats, trucks and tractors, trailers, whatever. Whatever you are painting, there's one word, Crowies. Is that one word?
It is now.
Crowies, they can help. And you'll love their prices. Remember, Crowies only sell premium quality paint. Visit crowiespaints.com.au for a store near you.
Timmy Hi-Fi smashing prices with crazy deals on computers. Like 10% off Apple MacBook. 10% off. A ridiculous $300 off a Microsoft Surface 4 laptop. Madness. 25% off HP, Asus, Dell and Chromebook computers. That's nuts. JD, you've done it again.
Patience pays off, especially if you've been holding out for a great deal on a new Volkswagen. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen is now receiving truckloads of new Volkswagens. Yes, they're coming. And they're available at amazing prices. Remember Mawson Lakes Volkswagen for servicing too, with next day servicing and free loan cars. Get a great deal on Volkswagen now. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle or delay. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. Straight from London's West End, the Choir of Man are bringing the ultimate happy hour back to Gluttony. Book now via Adelaide Fringe. Come together at Barossa Valley Chocolate Company for an evening celebration of the Beatles by Greg Hart and his band. Saturday, March 4th. Search Barossa Valley Chocolate Company for tickets. 5AA, supporting local business. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, we're live and ready to go on the Foodland live stream, Facebook and YouTube. Stephen, a great first couple of hours, and I'm looking forward to our next guest because it's SANFL season. It's coming up. End of March they start, and it was a cracking year last year, and this team finished 5th. Marty Matner's in charge. He's already a dual premiership coach. G'day, Marty.
Afternoon, guys.
Marty.
How did you describe last season, mate? Won 11, lost 7. What did you do well? What didn't you do well?
We started the started the season well. We had a bit of a low patch, I guess, in the middle. We had a couple injuries, I guess, to some key players, Tommy Lewis, and then Pat Wilson got injured as well. And then probably finished the season pretty well, but in the end, it was probably a really weird year in terms of we achieved some goals in playing finals, but then we lost that first final to Glenelg, which I thought we had a couple opportunities in, and again, like I said, we played really well against North the week before. But yeah, it was a sort of, I guess, a an interesting year in terms of, we did achieve some really good goals, but also then, disappointing in terms of, I guess, the way we went out. We felt like we probably missed an opportunity there.
Tom Lewis is one of my favourite players in the comp. There was a spleen, wasn't it, that he hurt?
It was a spleen, yeah.
How's he recovered?
Yeah, really well. So he ended up getting back at the end of last year, which was great for him. And he got to play a handful of games, I'm pretty sure, at the end of the year. And then he's had another really great pre-season.
Good.
He sort of set himself a goal once he'd had that injury. He missed a fair bit of footy, but he wanted to run a marathon. So he actually went over to New York and did the New York Marathon.
Oh, wow.
He came back in really good condition. He's been training really well, and he's sort of got over that now, and I think he's really set for another big year.
So, in the off season, were you able to recruit what you needed for the gaps that you had?
Yeah, a little bit. I guess it's been a little bit of a interesting recruiting period for a lot of clubs. I think there's a lot of players out there, but there's certain players, everyone sort of wants, ruckman, tall forwards, which are really hard to find, I guess. But we were able to get, I guess, some quality players in, which we really wanted to do, and some experienced players in terms of that, state league stuff. So, Connor McFadden from Brisbane, key defender, he's been really good for us. He was on AFLS for 4 years, sort of that, mid-20s, early mid-20s. So he's fit in really well. Charlie Parker back as well, again, sort of that, I think Charlie's about 23, 24 now. And then Marty Frederick as well. So sort of got those three sort of, what I call A-grade, sort of sample footballers into the club, which has been great. And they've added, some experience and some really good, they all bring their own little traits to, I guess, the group as well, which is something, Marty Frederick brings something we don't really have, I guess, at the club, and that's that sort of speed and some real power around the contest and get outside. So, we're excited about those guys. And then, our juniors coming up through as well. We had Nick Sadler, didn't get drafted last year. He's had a great pre-season as well, and he's looking really good as well. So, some exciting times with some players heading to 2023.
What about the other way? I see Abe Davis has gone. He's had some ripper games for you, and you lost the three brothers. Is it the Lockowiches? Gee, they must be tight because you lost all three.
Yeah. So, that was, I guess, pretty disappointing for the club in terms of Anzac and Mahali and Jacob. We sort of got the inkling that I think Centrals had spoken to them last year and were able to hold on to them for a year. But we sort of knew that, once when probably all three were going to stay, the family's pretty tight and all the boys normally come to training together and they all travel together as well. So, there's those factors as well. So, it was disappointing to lose all three. And Abe as well, I guess. It was a tough sort of decision, but I think for us moving forward, it was the best thing in terms of our forward line, the makeup of the group and the way we're moving with our forward line in terms of giving opportunities to Lachlan Burrows and Josh Wrench and Ollie Gribble as well. We sort of felt like that those three guys are going to be really key parts of our forward line moving forward, that they needed opportunities and be able to play each week to get better as well and develop some other players as well with the club.
Your talls, Daniel Fay Sparks, I've really liked watching his development in the ruck, and I'm just wondering, what sort of tall support do you have?
Yeah, well, I guess Dan's probably been our number one ruck the last couple of years, and last year we were able to get some games into Amos Doyle, who I think has really taken on board the experience last year. He probably got beaten by a couple of the more experienced ruckmen, I would say, in the competition. Redden and also Mitch Harvey from North Adelaide. But I thought he competed pretty well against like Brooksby and Harry Boyd and a couple other ruckmen. So he's still learning the game. He's sort of 20, 21 now, and so he's probably just sort of coming into that stage of ruckman's life where they start to really both physically and the mental side of the game sort of peak as well, as I guess. So really looking forward to what he can bring to the group. And we've got a couple of younger kids coming up through, or Hamish Allen's been at the club for a couple of years now, but we've also got Hugo Kittle who's come through our junior program as well. Now, he's 201 and probably played a bit more forward last year as well, but he's probably, Jack Osborne, our ruck coach, rates him as probably one of the strongest, 19-year-old kids he's ever seen. So, we've got some, I guess, exciting prospects, but again, we know they take a lot of time and to get to that, level of sample and really good sample ruckman that they do take time. So, we're just going to keep working with them and keep developing them over the next couple of years.
When you first got back to Sturt, I noticed the change straight away. Your back line, they think about what they're going to do with it. They pass it around until they know that they can move. And what's happened in the last maybe 12 months that you've looked at in this pre-season that you want to change?
It's probably been our forward line movement. I thought defensively we were pretty sound most of the year. There was a couple of games where a couple of teams got hold of us a little bit defensively, but I thought whole in whole our defence was pretty good. So, offence has always been the area that the group have been trying to work on, and something we're trying to get better as well. Probably keeping the ball in our forward half a bit more as well, and trying to build pressure on opposition teams by that scoreboard and also forward half pressure. So they've probably been the two things, but the defence side of the game and the contest has still been quite big in our pre-season, and something we'll keep focusing on this year as well.
Internal trials, any coming up, Marty?
We played one last night.
How'd you go?
In the heat at Mount Barker, which was good. I guess Mount Barker always, a couple of degrees cooler up there, which is always nice.
Was it on the gather round ground or?
No. So we train on Cornerstone, the college up there at Mount Barker.
Okay.
Which is a great venue up there. I think they've kicked everyone off the summit at the moment, trying to get that ready for that game. But
okay.
It's always weird this time of year. Like playing internal trials. It's the everyone thinks they're premiers this time of year, and everyone thinks they're playing really well, and so it's hard to get a gauge on the team. But I think internally we've got some players in really good form. We're fit, and we're really looking forward to Glenelg. What are we 8 days time? I think in our first trial on a Friday night at FIVEAA. So which will really test us and see where we're at.
Marty, have a good year. Thanks for your time.
No, thanks, guys.
Great work.
Cheers,
Sturt
Marty.
Footy Club coach there, Marty Mattner. They're in good hands there. They're always competitive. And when Sturt are flying, the comp generally is. Still 38 outside. I just heard it's 42.6 in Ceduna.
Oh, wow.
Even the King George Whiting would be struggling out there, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Now, we have got lines available. Have we still got that $50 pounds voucher?
Yeah, we have. And
we might have another one.
I'm down 7-5 in the umpire race.
Okay. Is it Team Row or Team Timmy?
Yeah, at the moment.
Is it 4 or is it 2?
4 or 2.
And am I a basher? We had a couple of calls. Rowey, come on.
Got a Foodland text, which I just want to clarify.
Oh, here we go.
Tom, you know how you get Row? Well, I got a Tim! So you don't like the goal review. So what do you think after a game when they show that it was a point or a goal and your team lost because of it? You suck eggs. Now, Tom...
I'm with you, Tom.
Yeah, well, I was actually
talking... with the goal review?
No, it was the caller saying that
okay.
Sometimes it takes the air out of the game because they take so long to make a decision.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Tom. I want them to spend more money on the technology of it.
I'm with you.
I want them to spend real proper dollars on it, so it's inside the goalpost, you name it, so they can tell straight away, get a quick decision and move on. But you're right.
Look how quick the tennis can do it.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going. I want it to be high tech, and once they spend the money on it, Tom, I'm all for it, mate. But you're right.
There you go, Tom. Would have come back by Timmy. Wriggled his way out of that easily. 822 300 00. Take your calls after the break.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Join Rowey and Timmy G in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream of the Sports Show. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Toop and Toop's Bronte Manuel gives his predictions for the property market this year.
While it's unlikely Adelaide property is going to experience the record growth rates of the past couple of years, it's certainly not all doom and gloom for sellers. With low stock levels and plenty of buyers still trying to secure their dream home, prices here should remain comparatively steady.
And Bronte, which suburbs would you say are set to boom?
Well, an old real estate trick is to buy next to the hot suburbs. Using that theory, I'd like to think there are great opportunities in suburbs like Marden, Kilkenny and Redwood Park.
So then how does the Adelaide property market measure up against the other states?
In Melbourne and Sydney, home values have dropped significantly over the past 12 months, but Adelaide has defied that trend.
If you'd like to find out if your home could be the next record breaker, go to toop.com.au to find out more.
For over 38 years, Steinborner has been well worth the trip. With over 400 used cars to choose from, you're sure to find the car you're looking for.
Steinborner is your first choice for new Hyundai and Mitsubishi in the Barossa, and your first choice for Ford in Clare. And don't forget, you can always click through the collection of vehicles online at steinborner.com.au. Great local deals on great local cars from your locals. Steinborner Automotive. Still well worth a trip, or well worth the click.
Now, it doesn't matter what level you're at, Drummond Golf can improve your game. I've got Shane from Drummond Golf with me. Shane, I don't know one golfer that doesn't want to improve something about their game. So what is the quickest way to do that?
As the saying goes, Tom, practice makes perfect, but we can certainly speed your progress along with a huge range of training aids, from our driving range to fast and slow putting mats, speed rings, automatic putting cups, and our bestseller, the Swing Guide, to keep you on plane every time.
And of course, all the expert advice.
Tom, that's exactly right. That's the reason why we're here, mate.
If you want to improve your game, see Shane and the team at Drummond Golf, Enfield, Darlington, Mile End, Tea Tree Gully and West Beach Driving Range.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
Hi, Alan Lark from Mannix Air. In our harsh Australian climate, there's nothing better than a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries wall split to cool or heat your home. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries is highly awarded, super efficient and super quiet. A quality choice for your home. Best of all, purchase one now at Adelaide's best prices from Mannix and get up to $250 cash bonus from Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Conditions apply. For a free quote, call 1300 Mannix or go online anytime.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, Adelaide and Port Adelaide have headed over west. They're going to be playing games very shortly. Now, Port Adelaide have left a few out. Zach Butters, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Francis Evans, Jeremy Finlayson, Josh Sin, Clury and Demont. So, and for Adelaide, just Taylor Walker and Andrew McPherson not participating.
Hello there, Glenn.
Yeah, good evening, guys. I think it's really unfair that the AFL is demanding that Tasmania get the taxpayers to build a $750 million stadium with a roof when the majority of AFL clubs play in stadiums without roofs. I mean, they're playing AFL football this year in Ballarat, in Nord. Yep. These facilities are far inferior to what is currently in Tasmania. I mean, I don't understand how you can say Bellerive and Launceston are okay for Hawthorn and North Melbourne, but not for a Tasmanian team.
Yeah. Glenn, what do you think they're playing at?
It's bloody windy over there,
Yeah,
Glenn.
but what are they playing at here? You know.
Ballarat's windier.
Yeah, well,
and
it
there's
is,
no
and
protection
cold,
at all.
Cold.
You're right
But
there.
Glenn, you reckon they're playing it just, are they trying to make it too hard?
Oh, that's definitely the aim. I think the AFL's aim is to protect Hawthorn and North Melbourne. They want them to continue to be subsidised by the Tasmanian taxpayer. This is all about protecting the Victorian teams and not helping Tasmanian football. They're still in this mentality of this VFL mentality. So, I mean, part of McLaughlin's job is to do the best thing for Tasmanian football, not the best thing for Eddie Maguire and Richmond and Carlton and Essendon. This is going to damage Tasmanian football to a point where, I mean, the NBL's doing really well over there. I feel if they don't get a team there soon, they're going to be just taken over other sports.
Glenn, great
call, Glenn. Excellent.
Anyone that knocks the VFL, I mean the AFL, I mean the VFL. Hello, Michael.
G'day, young fellas. How are you?
You want to talk about the Thebby redevelopment?
G'day, young fellas. How are you?
Good. Go for it, Michael.
We're all yours.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit hard of hearing at the moment, so I'll have to go to Specsavers.
That's the boy. Good work.
Get a flaming hearing aid, eh?
Yeah, good on you, Mike. So come on, what did you ring up about? Switch your ears on.
Well, it might be over 40 degrees, and I wouldn't mind a carton because I'm getting a bit thirsty here in Woodville West.
You can't just get on, Mick, you can't just get on and plead for a carton of beer from Powell's. That's not how we roll.
Yeah,
Oh, did he just swear?
Yeah.
I think the heat's got him.
The heat got him.
Timmy,
no
it's
doubt
still
about that.
39 degrees.
Well, that's
out there.
why. That's why the poor bugger.
He needed a good West End can or two.
Let's go to Adrian. G'day, Adrian.
How you go, mate?
Excellent.
By the way, Tim, Norwood's the greatest ever SNFL team in history, not Port Adelaide.
Adrian, gee, I love you.
What record are you looking at?
Anyway.
Well, no, what you should have said, Adrian, you can't beat us in a grand final.
Oh, God.
Well, when you look in history, mate, over the SNFL, the amount of times Port and Norwood have met in the grand final,
We've
we
won
have won more. So we own their little skanky bums, mate, in grand final.
Sorry, what competition are you in again?
What? Oh,
Anyway,
Adrian, come on, you'll get him upset.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Yeah, that's me.
You seem to think the Crows are going to crack the top 8.
No, I'm optimistically hopeful. I'd love them to. I would love them to.
Well, I'm going to tell you now, mate, if we win more than 7 games this year, I won't fall off my chair. I will fall off the roof.
All right. Well, Adrian,
tell me, Stephen, who's going to be in our midfield that's going to get all the good clearances? Give me some names.
Well, Adrian, maybe this bloke here. This is Shonny. This is Schonberg today, talking about the season ahead. This will excite you.
I think every year we should be focusing to play finals. That should be our goal, and I reckon this year we've given ourselves a real good chance. I think there's a lot of belief in the group at the moment. Obviously, we are a young group, got a new young captain, but yeah, obviously our pre-season this year has been really good. I'm absolutely loving it. So yeah, we should go into these next 2 internal games really confident, and obviously leading into round 1.
Well, there's 1, Berries 2, Lairds 3, Pedlars 4. I could go on and on. Adrian, thank you for that. Can I just say, India are taking on Australia in the semi-final of the Women's T20 World Cup tonight. It's in Cape Town, 11:30.
Yeah, big game.
Might get up. Head-to-head, here's the record. 30 games. Australia 22 wins, India 7. But you only would look at the last 5.
Okay.
In the last 5, Australia's won 4, India won 1. India won in a super over.
Okay.
Because it was washed out and they had to get the runs in 7. Here's one thing I do know about our girls. I do know this about our girls. They won't get out sweeping.
No.
They win, they're into the grand final.
Good call.
And they should have won a Laureus Award.
Champions.
Hey, after the break, we're going to go to Colin Young. Now, show me the money too, Timmy.
Correct.
Is that on Stan?
Correct. Starts tonight.
He's an AFL players manager. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of a crack at Colin because Colin's got so many players out of the Crows.
Ooh.
He hasn't so much got a lot into the Crows.
Okay.
So this could get a little bit, not feisty, because I'll be respectful, but...
Good. Another good debate.
I might have to smack him around the lamb chops. It's up past 6.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Jim Chalmers, who seems to have assumed on the basis of having done nothing